Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
What is up?
Do you have an intro?
We do Liora. Do you have an intro?
I do. I do Kontomo.
Oh, Kontomo.
Yeah, Lioha.
Tomoya. What the fuck?
That's my first time hearing that one.
What's that counter for?
Oh, that's for doing push-ups. I made a promise that I would. It's a long story, anyways.
You can join Tomo on his swole arc.
No, you don't have to, but you could.
You gotta also do push-ups with him.
Yeah, everyone does push-ups. That's the condition. Liora a bit low. Yeah, about that.
About that.
Okay, well,
you have me at 200% on Discord.
I have you at maxed out, but I can make you slightly louder with the power of copying OBS filters from another thing. It's gonna make things sound a little bit weird for the tuning, but it actually just might like make them sound already mixed, so maybe that's not a bad thing either.
You can also maybe just increase the gain to be like positive, like.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of doing that. Okay, wait. I haven't tested this, but I'm just gonna paste all of my filters on, and we're gonna see if you sound super crunchy.
Okay, let's see.
All right, guys. All right, chat. Is she crunchy?
Am I a crunch fest?
Is it working?
Is it working? Do I sound louder, or am I like a robot? Or
yeah. Did it make it worse or better? Better, worse, better, worse, guys. Chat.
How's it seem? It's working.
It's working. Okay.
Better. Yippee.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, it's fine now. Okay, cool. I put a bunch of compression on you. Okay. That's good.
Why don't you talk about what we're gonna be doing today?
Yes, yeah. Let's do that. Okay, so today I'm going to be teaching Liora how to use Melodyne.
Woo!
Yeah. And
I sound like T-Pain.
And you guys. Yeah, exactly. This is your one-way ticket to T-Pain Kingdom. I don't know. T-Pain land. Yeah, anyway, so Melodyne, for those who aren't familiar, this is basically the industry standard tuning tool to make you sound better at singing than you might actually be.
Hell yeah, the cheat code.
This is what I use to pretend to be good at singing when I'm actually not.
See, okay, but I'm really gonna get exposed here because it's literally, you're gonna see me with my pants down because you guys are gonna get to hear my fucking raws, and like literally hearing somebody's raws is like seeing them naked. Like I literally, and there's a certain level of like, I get worried when I don't like to commission people that I know for mixes because I feel like I'm literally exposing myself. Like, if somebody I don't know, at least like they can't really judge me. They had nowhere to start to begin with. They can think that I'm rock bottom. It's fine. But if somebody I know, I'm like, oh God, they have to see me naked.
It's basically, it's honestly, I feel the same way. I'm like, oh, whenever I send my raw vocals to someone, it's like, don't look, guys, I'm actually not that good at singing, guys.
yeah, it's literally being exposed. But
once you realize that everyone actually sucks, it's great. Well, not everyone, but like
not everyone.
Once you realize like
not everyone,
most people are just about the same level as you, and like
there we go.
Some people are just the exception. Then it feels a lot better, you know.
That is true, and I do think that something about this stream that I'm really interested to see from chat too is I know a lot of at least Palcaries are not super aware of like how audio engineering works or like what makes a good mix versus a bad mix, what is a good, like what actually even goes in the process of making a cover or recording music. So I think that this will be really eye-opening for a lot of people to like see the huge shift that happens between raw, or like why I hate it when my karaoke doesn't have reverb and nobody tells me, or if there's no backtrack and nobody tells me, like if they can't hear the backtrack and nobody tells me, like singing a cappella on stream is like mortifying to me.
No, I know the feeling. I mean, I'm super scuff. I always forget to do like 1-offs and 2-offs. Like I played like a whole stream with like the game audio muted, so like happens
Oh
to
my
me.
god.
But like no, it's so mortifying. Like just
It
missing one
is.
of those pieces can just destroy you mentally. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I totally
absolutely.
get it. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting and hopefully inspiring for those who either are interested in learning to get into vocal editing for their own purposes, or interested in getting into singing on their own and realizing, hey, like maybe I don't need to be crazy good. There's an amount of fudge factor I can do with the power of like vocal tuning and timing to fix their to make people sound better, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I think it's hopefully going to be insightful for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I like you said, I think that's a really good point. I hope it inspires people to not feel so bad because like you said, this is an industry standard. Every person who releases music tunes their vocal. There's like nobody out there who doesn't tune their vocals when they release something. So if you feel like you're a bad singer or whatever it is, hopefully this can give you a little bit of encouragement like, oh, maybe I just need some good tuning and mixing.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I just need to pay someone or get good at either really good at singing or really good at tuning. And I'll say getting
Right.
good at tuning is probably the much easier route.
It is. But I will say that I do think it is important to have clean raws or like good raws, right, that are workable because once we start this process, I'm sure it'll be a little bit enlightening for me as well to see what makes it easier to, you know, because there's certain things like inflections or the way that you pronounce things that I'm sure is going to kind of fudge up the way that you can tune it too, right?
Exactly. And you can also see how different people handle tuning in different ways. For example, I handle tuning and like handle certain like vocal slides by doing one thing in Melodyne, but a different person actually might handle it a different way. And so there's actually some nuance into the vocal tuning process that I hope I can show you guys too with how we're handling this too. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool. So before we get into actually like doing stuff in the project file, I want to quickly give a rundown of the 3 versions of Melodyne that exist when you buy them. So there are, or actually there's 4. So there are 4 packages, so to speak. Melodyne 5 Essential, which is US $199, or not $199, just $99, basically $100. There's the $250 package, which is called Melodyne Assistant. Then there's the $400 package, which is Melodyne 5 Editor. And then there's the $700 package, which is Melodyne 5 Studio. The one I have is the studio version, but you do not need the studio version to do 99% of what I'm doing. I only use the studio version because it's convenient and I've definitely made my money back using it. So,
Right.
But that's a different kind of ballpark. I think Liora is going to be using the Melodyne 5 Essential and following along. But please at any point tell me if I'm doing something and it's not matching up with what you're seeing on the screen, and then I can definitely like find a way to like work it back to the Melodyne 5 like Essential version.
Okay, sounds good.
But Essential should have everything you need to do the vocal tuning. It's just not going to be like, it's not going to have the convenience for like more complex things, which I think are even beyond the scope of this stream. So should be fine. Yeah. Software with DLCs, the future is now. Yes, exactly. You could buy the better
Literally
package.
is that.
Yeah. Hitting your wall. Spend more money.
When are we getting the Melodyne Battle Pass?
Yeah. Oh man, what would that be like? For every like 5 vocals, 5 tracks you tune, you get like 1 like upgraded session free. Like, I don't know. Oh man. Anyways, so I'm gonna get started here with loading in the vocals. So with Melodyne, loading in the vocals is as simple as just highlighting from your files and dragging them in. So you can see I've dragged them in now, and they're just going through some initial monophonic detection is what it's called. Basically,
mine is like I only have the bottom half of your thing
yes,
because I
that's
only have one
fine.
track,
This is
right?
all
So I can
you
only
need.
do one file at a time.
Yep. You can ignore everything on the top screen. In fact, I'm just gonna like just remove some of that space so it's less obvious.
Okay.
So this is Melodyne. You now have your track here. It has a bunch of blobs, and these blobs are the notes that you sang. Sang? English,
Yeah.
yes. So you can zoom in on different parts by it's kind of cut off on my screen actually. Hold on. Let me adjust this slightly.
Okay, take your time.
If I go like this and I shrink this. Oh, not that one. Give me a second. If you
take your time.
Here we are. Yes. Okay. So you can see there are these slider bars here on the right and the bottom side. It's a little hard to see here. But yeah, you can drag these around to kind of navigate through your project file, your audio. And then you can also, if you hover over it and your mouse turns into a little magnifying glass so that you can kind of see it on my screen. It might be a little small. You can use this and drag to the left and drag to the right to kind of zoom in.
To make it bigger or smaller.
Yeah, make it bigger and smaller. So this is really helpful for like zooming in on something like this. Yeah, so if I want to get started and going through this section, I just want to zoom in and just kind of drag around to get where we're going here. Also, thank you so much for the super chat. Sorry.
Oh, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for that super.
Should we do for people who might not be super familiar, should we show the raw, like what it sounds like
before
with I right now just rendered this.
Or I haven't applied anything yet, so I can play the raw.
Oh, because you could also just put the off vocals on there too, right?
Oh yeah, or we can play it without the off vocal first, or do you want to hear it with the off vocal? I don't know. Do you have a preference?
Off vocal, please.
Okay. I'll drag it in. Is it roughly timed up right now?
It should be roughly timed up. Let's see if it is though. Okay. It should be. I think I recorded it to the. Oh, I might have recorded it to the on vocal, but
we'll find out. We'll find out in about 5 seconds. Yep. Okay, so I can do this in the studio version. You can toggle on like another track in the background to play. So I'm by like hitting this little glowy or this I don't even know grayed out version of the Melodyne symbol here. You probably don't have this, and that's fine. And then I can drag the volume down to make it more quiet when it plays. I actually don't know if it works super well. I haven't really done it. You also see these blobs that show up in the background. That is Melodyne detecting the instrumental and trying to figure out what the heck's going on.
Right.
Don't worry about the instrumental blobs, but let's see if this is not blaringly loud. Ooh, that's kind of loud.
Yeah, that's fine.
I totally thought this was going to be the other Hibana.
Wait, which one?
The sixth lie, the the Golden Kamuya opening. Anyways, yeah.
The Golden Kamuya opening.
Yeah.
No, this is the old.
This is Vocaloid classic. Okay.
Vocaloid classic.
Yeah. So yeah, I have it playing in the background. Just make sure that it's back. Yeah, it's playing back pretty loud too. Okay, that's
it's a little off.
It's a little off. And I'm also gonna lower the volume just a little bit for the playback, just for the stream, because it's going to be, it's gonna start blasting the viewer's audio. So try not to do that.
Sense.
But yeah. Oh, why is it so loud? Stop. Can I? Messing with the volume in this is kind of annoying, I'll be honest, because like for some reason it'll just randomly decide to blast you instead.
Blast. Well, here you could just just use this. You can just play this.
Okay.
And that way you don't have to mess with Melodyne and instrumental.
Okay.
I think it's like very lightly timed. It's like I just did it like right now. So.
Okay. Yeah.
That way you can play audio thing. It's just for chat to hear what it's kind of what it's sounding like right now, and then hopefully we'll have it before after. コンコン優しくノックして乗り込め心の弾丸線妄想ばかりがフラッシュして加速するパラス答えはどこだろうさあ弱音はミュートしてくだらないことで躊躇して冗談ばかりねあはは壊せない壁がキスを迫るでしょあいやそんなわけないやあいや分かってくれるでしょその頭を打ち抜いて終わんない愛を抱いてたくないのもっとちゃんとファンにしてよいないないバーで演じてほしいのもっとちゃんと答えてよなななななななな未完成だって何度でも言うんだななななななな脳を空振った愛の中でOkay, you can show up to there. You don't have to play the whole song.
Yeah. Oh, banger, banger. Classic. Okay.
Very classic.
Okay, I'll take the off vocal off here, so I don't have to get blasted by that. Okay, I'll bring this back to regular volume here. 0 dB. Okay. So let's see. Hopefully this doesn't blast too loud when I try to play it back for tuning, but there's only one way to find out. I should have tested this a little bit more. But yeah. So, sounds fine, honestly. That's about what raws typically sound like. So if we listen back in the Melodyne here, just keeping an eye on the audio.
コンコン優しくノックして乗り込め心の弾丸線妄想ばかりがフラッシュして
I'm just gonna lower this a little bit. Okay, let's try that.
コンコン優しくノックして乗り込め心の弾丸線妄想ばかりがフラッシュして Thanks.
Yeah, this is solid. Okay, so but you'll notice if I like zoom in, for example, on some of these blobs here, like this one's kind of like leaning towards the top edge of the notes here. So if I wanted to correct it, so it means it's sharp. Oh, I should probably ask before we get into this, how much like musical background do you have with this?
I have musical background. It's not very thorough though. So if you say it's sharp, I know that it's like slightly higher. And then if it's flat, it's slightly lower. But I'm not very trained. I think I'm good at like telling if I hear like the off vocal, especially with it, like I can tell when certain notes are off. But I wouldn't be able to tell you like, oh yeah, that was sharp or that was flat. You know what I mean?
Okay, good. Because Melodyne will do that for you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's good. I think that's around like what kind of like the layman will have in terms of musical knowledge and background. So that's like perfect. I probably don't need to like explain too much more for that. You basically, notes can be like slightly off key and slightly on key. You don't need to necessarily know your scales and know like this note should be in this scale and like this is where I have to place it to be able to tune. And so yeah, I think tuning doesn't require too much musical background as long as you know that like there's a difference between being on the right note and being on the wrong note. That's all you need to do to do Melodyne. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I always do, and follow along on this, is hit this. Ooh, did that work? Oh, it's not popping up, but you can hit this.
I see it on my side.
Yeah, correct pitch macro. It basically looks like this little knob, or not even a knob. It's like a circle with like an arrow pointing up and an arrow pointing down, and it opens up this correct pitch window.
So I do not have the preferences, but I do have the correct pitch.
That's fine. You don't need the preferences. I don't know why the preferences showed up all even.
Okay.
Hold on. If there's a way I can like capture this window, that would be very, very nice.
You probably have to just capture your entire screen and then cut off certain parts.
Yeah.
A little risky, but
it's a little risky, but it's okay. This wouldn't. Yeah, we'll do that. Let me just get something set up here, or I'll capture that window specifically. Okay, window capture. I'm just gonna show this here. Ooh. Okay, great. Where did it go? Okay, here we are. Okay, this is what it looks like on my screen. This is the little window capture.
Nice.
So
that worked.
you do have an option to snap to chord scale. I usually don't do that. I just go and I drag this pitch center, and you can see as I drag it, the blobs are moving. I just drag it to 100%. This basically says, take all the blobs and drag them to the nearest note. The blobs are estimating kind of every note that you sang, but sometimes it'll get like the note before it if it's kind of like blending together, or it'll get like a scoop as part of that. And so that will influence kind of the average of where it thinks the note should be aligned. So you want to keep that in mind, that when you're dragging the pitch center, it's not necessarily dragging like the exact syllable, it's dragging the syllable and everything that it's like estimated to go along with it to that like average spot. So yeah, I'm going to drag it. I'm going to hit OK. Okay. And now we have dragged and centered all the pitches. So if we play it back.
こんこん優しくノックして乗り込め心の弾丸線妄想ばかりがフラッシュして
Now the pitches are centered.
It didn't sound too different actually.
Yeah, you're pretty close. It's usually because like the sharpness and flatness is it's like it's kind of hard to hear for like the average person. Honestly, with Melodyne, sometimes you kind of just have to use your eyeballs. Another thing with this is you can go and listen to each of the individual notes by hitting this arrow over here, or sorry, this circle with the arrow up and arrow down. This is called the pitch tool.
I don't know if I have that.
Wait, really?
I do not.
Oh, wait, can you send a screenshot of what you have on your screen?
Mine looks there's not very many buttons.
Oh, okay.
Let me send you.
But yeah, what this does. Oh, huh? What happens if you click the note assignment mode? Okay, wait. Are you able to click and drag the blobs on your side?
Oh yes, I can.
Okay,
I can.
that is probably the hands down most important thing. As long as you can click and drag the blobs, you are okay.
Okay.
So, man, it's gonna be a little tricky that if you don't have the splitting tool, but it's probably okay. So basically, the gist of Melodyne is you could drag the notes around. Jesus. So for example, I could put it here. Or if I put it here, it would be a totally different note. And you can double click. Or at least I think you can double click. Try double clicking with like the note kind of off and seeing if it snaps to like the location.
It's already just regularly snapping.
Oh, okay, that's fine actually. If it's already snapping, there is an option if you go to options and time grid, or sorry, pitch grid, you can turn off the snap for
Chromatic snap?
Yeah, you can turn it to no snap, which is probably what I would recommend for this.
Okay, yeah. No, now it's if I double click it, it snaps to
yeah. Okay, perfect. That's exactly how it should be. Okay, great. So that's kind of the gist of it. What I'm gonna do is just play through and listen and kind of watch for anything that's kind of off. So
what are we looking for exactly?
We are looking.
Also,
for...
I don't have the little lines that you do. The yellow lines.
The yellow lines. Oh, that's fine. You don't need those. You don't need those.
Okay.
That's just the tuning the tool. It's not that important.
Okay.
At least for the most part. So you can basically play through here. And I'm seeing this note, and if I'm looking kind of in this region here, there aren't any notes. There aren't that many notes that are showing up, so I'm like kind of suspicious that this might be like notes that are on the wrong key. I don't exactly know all the notes that are supposed to be in the right key. So I'm just gonna kind of just listen through it and try to find where it is. Oh, I actually think this is sharp. This is should be down here, because it's like yasashiku nokushite, but it was up here. So it was being snapped slightly higher than it should have been. So we can drag this down
I
here.
see.
And that likely means actually anything on this G is probably in the wrong key or getting snapped to the wrong area. So we listen through
So
this.
usually if they're kind of all on the same line, it's like they're kind of affecting all the other ones on that line, sort of thing.
Kind of.
Or
It's like
if
you can think of the notes in the key, right? So in a scale, not every note in the scale is, or not every note on the keyboard is necessarily in the chromatic or in the scale and the key that the song is in, right? For like if you have the key of C major, like none of the black keys on the keyboard are typically included in that. But sometimes, for example, if you had a song in the key of C major, you might have like a note that accidentally gets snapped to like C sharp or like D flat, something that's like not supposed to actually be in the key. And so you would like kind of look out for those notes that are not supposed to be in that key and drag them to the right one. I don't know what key this one is in. So I guess kind of have to guess, but I know that like basically there's no scale that has every single chromatic note or every single note like back to back in like the chromatic scale. So like if you see three notes, kind of a bunch of notes that are kind of all in the same region, but like there's no jumps between them, there's likely something that's not in the right key there.
I see. And then, so sorry, just to double check, that means that if in this stanza of the song, if there were something on the like right now we have it on the G.
Yeah, like this note.
On G, like that would be, and there was another note there, but we recognize that the first one was wrong. Is it likely that the second one is also wrong?
Likely, yeah. So, for example, these two that were accidentally snapped to the G that we know were wrong, we move them down into the F sharp and now it sounds good. So this one.
Also, mine is like, I have all the flats instead of the sharps. How do I switch that?
I don't think it matters. I don't know how to switch it either.
Okay, because right now mine is like, A flat, G, G flat, F.
That's fine. I guess maybe I can do something here.
It just gives me lines.
Keyboard.
Oh, right click.
Yeah, I don't. Degree names? No. Go back. No names.
Wait, that's so weird. Okay, well, because I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just the opposite. I just have to think about it.
Yeah.
The opposite.
I'll try to remember like A flat instead of G sharp when I'm saying it.
Okay.
Yeah, or say both of them for anyone who's following.
Yeah,
along.
it's fine. Yeah, I'll figure it out.
But yeah, this note that's on the G natural is probably wrong. So if we listen through it again, it's probably supposed to be down here. Oh, I accidentally turned on the chromatic snap. No snap. So yeah, now that we have it here, now it's actually on the right note. So now you can feel more confident that you were dead on with your timing. Like when we listened through, it was hard to notice because it was just kind of flicked as like a small note. But over time, like having these small like notes that are on the wrong key or like off on the wrong notes will kind of fatigue you as a listener, and you'll kind of be like, oh, that note was kind of wrong. So getting all your notes kind of right in the spots where they're supposed to be is really key for like a good tuning experience for the listener.
Okay.
You'll also notice there's this note here. Okay, that's not very helpful. But you can kind of see if you zoom in that like it's kind of a scoop. Like it's got a and then it comes up here.
Yeah.
And then like this part of it isn't really in the middle of where this E is supposed to be. It's kind of like flat in the bottom. So what you can do here.
You mean the top of that?
Yeah, the peak.
You mean the top of that curve,
the peak
right?
of the curve. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me zoom in a little bit more. Oh, it's kind of as much as I can zoom in on it.
It's fine.
So what you can do is just drag this up so that now kind of that crest of the peak and like more of the note is now on the E in the right note. So even if you can't even if the note is being approximated wrong by Melodyne's like auto blobbing, you can still adjust it into the right position. I think this is the right position. Let me listen through. Yeah, now it sounds better. Nori on this E. That's where it's supposed to be.
So sorry, so just so I understand that, the reason why you knew that just from looking at it is because the curve at the top was in like a weird spot.
Yeah, it was in a weird spot. Or you could also think of it like, if you look at this note here, right? It's kind of got this like curve, which is meaning it's either two notes or it's a scoop. And so you want to put the body of the note or the body of the blob. Sorry, how do I explain this? When you sing the note, right, you have different parts of it. Say if I go like, nah, the is like part of that. The might get approximated into the same blob as the nah, and I kind of scooped into that nah. I want the nah, the ah part of it to be tuned to the right note. It's fine if the before it is like scooping into it from like the wrong note. As long as the body of like the vowel that's getting sung is placed on the right note, that's the part that matters. So
I see. So usually the like, because that scoop happened to be in the latter half, you're pushing it up a little bit, and you're estimating that the apex of that scoop is gonna be kind of in the middle of the E.
Yeah.
Note.
Exactly. Yep.
And that is because there's another note on the E note, or is that just like because it's close by, you're pretty sure that it's going to be around there?
Because it's close by, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'll listen back. For example, if it was like supposed to be down here, I'll listen to it and like try it if it sounds here and see if that sounds right. And it's like, it doesn't really sound right. Let's try it on the E. Okay, that sounds more natural. Kind of going by ear here. If you have the upgraded version that has more tools, you'll have this splitting tool, note separation tool, and I love this thing. And you can kind of split where you want to separate the notes, and it'll separate the blobs out. And then you can go double click and center this part here.
I see. While leaving the other one low.
Yeah, exactly. So you really only are tweaking and like distorting the body of it to get to the right note. Yes. Also, if it helps you, Hibana is in G flat major. Okay, that does help. Because that probably means everything that's on G natural is wrong as a note.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. You
also fucking Liora's armpit sweat. Get out of here.
Yo, thank you for the super chat, Liora's armpit sweat.
Oh my god! Shut the
fuck up. You're a real one.
Pretty sure them saying you're cute is to you, not to me. Obviously.
What?
Clearly.
That's crazy. It's crazy that your armpit sweat would say that. Okay, God. Anyways, so continuing on here, man, I'm actually genuinely a little bit curious what version you need to get the splitting tool.
What the fuck? That feels like a basic thing that you might need.
I think it's the 250 version looking at it. I'm not sure. You're pondering a $150 upgrade in the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, for now, let's go through this tutorial and see if I actually use it. And then if I do, I will. You can do it as if I have it, and then that way I can always come back to it, or other people can come back to it.
You can see if I use it often enough that it would warrant it, kind of thing.
Right.
So yeah, other things that I go and look through while tuning is and this is going to be using the splitting tool again. I see this spot here where it's kind of like it's high and then it scoops low and then it's in the middle here. So if we play this note here, it's it's the no. And so because you're kind of scooping into it, this part here is just the Actually, it's got a little bit of the O too. This is probably the Actually, maybe this is the Oh yeah, this is the
Oh yeah.
And then if I double click on the split also, I can heal it and bring it back to what it originally was.
Heal it.
Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of going like
yeah.
So it doesn't sound super stable.
Right.
Because it's kind of fluctuating. So what I like to do in these sections is I'll double click to split, and then I'll go back to the what is this? The pitch tool here. And I'll double click and get it centered up again like this. And then those yellow lines that you don't have on your screen, you can hover your mouse over that and get your mouse to look like this little squiggly wave line, and you can just drag this out. And what this does is it kind of blends and averages the pitch between the two blobs. So now we have, if we listen back,
くして乗り込め
now we have a stable no. What's the note?
乗り
No. Norikome. It's basically it's like making wobbly notes a lot more stable.
Well, that seems important.
I mean, you don't necessarily. You could have left it like, okay, well, most of it's in tune, so it's fine.
Sure.
But that's just a personal preference of mine that I. Yeah. And what I also look through as I'm going through is I'll look for all of these scoops, and I'll just kind of chop off like the scoopy part, and then go back to the pitch tool, and then just center it. So like really the body of that note is just like set up here.
Yeah.
I do that for this section too. So yeah, this one's a big. I don't even know what note this is.
くの
Kuno kushite. Oh, what?
く
Oh yeah, this is also another no that's very shaky. So this one I would also in this case like kind of blend the notes together and listen back and find where it sounds good.
しくの
Okay, so it's supposed to be here probably. So I'll drag the split here, and then we got,
優しくノックして乗り
and there it's more like flattened out and it's more like even as I go through that section. Okay,
I
right as
see.
you go through that section because you're the one singing.
I guess in my version, I literally can't do any of that. So
Yeah.
so maybe the $150 investment is worth.
Yeah, maybe the upgrade is worth
It
it.
is warranted.
Especially if you're gonna be tuning like a lot of vocalists from like different levels. I think shakiness is like one of the most common things I see when I'm tuning lines. So
Right.
yeah. it comes up a lot for me when I'm doing tuning personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it does seem like something probably worth upgrading into. In that case, I probably won't be able to really fully follow along, but that's okay. I think this is still really helpful. I'm watching and I'm learning.
Yeah.
So.
If you do want to do a quick upgrade in the background, I can fill some space with just more introduction.
Yeah, maybe I will do that.
Yeah. Sounds good. Okay. In the meantime, we can have a small break and talk a little bit more about features in Melodyne. So things you will get when you do upgrade, there are a few other tools. So if I click and hold on this pitch tool, this is another thing that doesn't really show up. Hold on. Let me create a screen capture here so I can show and demonstrate this part of it. Where is it? Display capture. Okay. If I do, hold on 1 second. I hope this, hold on. I can do this real quick. Okay. If I crop this like this, should work. Okay. So you can now see this little pop-up window here, which is my display capture, my screen, not a window capture. If I click and hold on the tuning button, the pitch button, I have a few different options here. I have this pitch modulation tool and this pitch drift tool. Pitch modulation tool is what I like to call the T-Pain tool. So for example, if I highlight all of this and then I just drag this down or I turn it to 0, we're gonna get T-Pain.
コンコン優しくノックして乗り込め心
So generally I use this very sparingly, but it is helpful if you do want to get the T-Pain effect.
If you're intentionally trying to T-Pain yourself.
Exactly. The other tool here I use a little bit more often. Hold on, let me get my little mini window pop back up. This other tool, this pitch drift tool, if you have a note that's kind of sideways, you can use that to correct it. So for example, this one is kind of like leaning upwards to the right. I can drag this around a little bit to get it to sit more in the middle. That's not the best one. Let me see if I can find one that's a better example. Maybe this here. I can like drag this to flatten it out, and then I can switch back to the pitch tool and drag it to the middle of the line here.
Oh.
If I wanted to. But I don't even know what this note is here. All right, so this one could also be handled though by just splitting it up, and then fading it together a little bit more. I don't know what's going on there, but that's okay. No. So this should be down here. So that's another way to handle it there. So yeah, different tools kind of that allow you to do different things. One other thing that I should probably show you is how to set up hotkeys in this. I have a lot of hotkeys set up. Actually, no, I have 3 hotkeys set up, but they have made my life a lot easier. Let me just remember.
I'm on the better version now.
Oh,
I have
that was
things.
quick. You have the things. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. This is perfect timing. Getting into this, I can help you set up the hotkeys, the shortcuts. So let me get my little pop-up window ready here again to show chat how this works. Okay. Hopefully this will work if I do this. Okay. So I have this window version here. So if I go File and then Preferences, I can get my shortcuts here. And there's a few things that you will want to shortcut. You can kind of do it any way you want, but these are the main ones I have set up. So switch pitch tools here. I have this set to S. This is what allows me to, for example, what do I usually use S for? I usually use S for switching back to this generic tool here that allows me to drag the notes around rather than the split tool, which I have on F. So you can also use this to go through and toggle through your spiky T-Pain boy, your wavy kind of like lopsided fixer boy, and your regular just drag around tool. So yeah, definitely get that set to S or something really convenient. The theme that I have going here is I have my like 3 main tools that I use on S, D, and F, so I can just kind of like have my hand rested and like ready to switch between different things.
Makes sense.
The other one you want to set is your note separation tool to F. This is the splitter, and this is what I'm using to kind of chop these notes in half, and then mending them.
I'm gonna swap those 2 around personally.
Okay.
I think S is split for me on one of the video editing tools I use. So
okay, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. And then I need to find what the other one is that I have on D. I don't remember where it is.
it's just a muscle memory.
Yeah. It's one of these. Edit. Here it is. A correct pitch.
Edit.
You want to switch this one to D or whatever you want.
Wait, where is it? Edit. Oh, edit. Correct pitch.
D. Yeah. Okay. So now if I hit D, that brings up the window that I had before, which allows me to like drag all of the pitches around. And kind of you'll notice as I split the notes, this no longer became 100% because those like half split notes in the middle were off. You don't need to correct them all back to 100%. Setting this to 100% in the beginning is purely just to like get yourself a baseline to start with. Okay. So now that we have our tools set up and you have your Melodyne upgraded, we're ready to just start going through this. So I'm gonna listen here. Generally, if I'm being really precise, I will listen to like every note in here just to make sure it's right. So so the first note is supposed to be.
Do you just split everything that has a scoop?
Yeah, because for example,
is that the?
Yes.
Okay.
So
So is that kind of the first step, maybe?
Yeah, the first step is to split things with scoops, and I kind of just do it as I go through, because like if I split something and then I come back to it, I'm not gonna remember why I split it or like what that note is. I kind of just progress from start to finish through the whole project file. So it's like starting from the left, I'm like, okay, fix one note at a time, and then I get to the end, and then everything has been fixed, kind of thing.
For the split, where usually do you split?
I split where it looks like there's going to be like an apex coming up. So this is to help me kind of get an idea of where the body of the note is, because usually when people end notes, there's not a tail lagging on. It's kind of like the note ends there. So if I can kind of see where that apex is, that's where the body is usually for the note.
Okay.
So for example, this scoop, the cone, this last part, here we are, is going up into this E. We know that this note is gonna be cone. But when I play this, obviously it's like sounding a little bit higher, so I'll drag it down here, and you'll have cone, and that's the note it should be. And then I'll also like drag.
Wait, how do I drag only? Oh no, I got it.
Yeah, you got to switch back to the tool, which is why I have them kind of on like neighboring hotkeys, so I can just switch back and forth between the two. And then kind of once I've dragged this back down, I'll click in between the lines and I'll mend the split. Yeah.
Wait. Is that with a different tool?
So you go back to the note tool, which is on F for you, and you should see these yellow lines show up. And then you can click and drag the yellow lines to smooth them out in between. Yeah.
And then I can double click it too, right?
If you double click, that will snap it, but it won't smooth out in between.
Oh, I see. I'm dragging it now.
Yeah. And you can
How
kind of see.
flat do you want that to usually be?
Honestly, I just like send it 100%. I just drag it all the way up until it doesn't flatten out anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually it's fine. So now if we listen back to it, it's definitely, you can hear a little bit of like the mechanical stuff kicking in, but you probably won't notice it later on in the actual mix. It'll be like, wow, that note sounded really good. Yeah. So cool. Do you have any questions so far about what we have covered?
I don't think so.
Okay. In that case, I think we are ready to start going through. Oh, actually, one last thing before we start going through. One thing that helps a lot, and you will hear pretty much anyone, if you ever sit and like listen to someone who's tuning, you will hear them like say this was up here, be like, that doesn't sound right, but I don't remember what the note was. Con, and then I'll go like con, and then I'll just drag it until it kind of matches the pitch that I'm humming. So it is completely normal to like just hum the note and then drag it to like match the pitch that you're humming. Because you know kind of by ear where that's supposed to be, but you won't necessarily know by like intuition, oh yeah, it's D sharp, E flat, or whatever it's supposed to be.
Right.
So that's like, you're going to hear
Unless
me doing that a lot
genius.
as we're going through. Yeah, unless you're a genius.
Okay.
Unless you're like, oh, I know every single note in this song. Easy. So yeah.
Oh, someone has a question.
Yes. Quick Melodyne question. Advantages of using standalone versus in the DAW, etc. Okay. So yes, Melodyne has an integrated version where you can basically open it up as like a plugin and just run the instance of Melodyne directly on that track, which is actually really nice. I've used it a few times. I don't mind it. I would say there are no disadvantages to doing it in the DAW. But there are some like extra steps involved if you're doing it in the standalone version like we are right now. The standalone, you basically have to export them and drag it into the track. So it's kind of annoying like that. Because you just have to, if you need to fix something, you need to re-export it and just kind of like replace. Though Reaper, if you re-export onto the same name, it will just automatically update the file with a new tuned version. Versus if you're making changes in the actual like DAW version, like if you want to fix something, you can just go back, open up the plugin in Reaper or like your DAW and just drag the note to the spot you want it to go to. So that's really helpful. Versus like sometimes I'll tune a whole song and I'll like be mixing it, and like halfway through the mix I'll notice just a note is wrong. And so I'll have to open up my Melodyne project again, find where that is, and then fix that one off note, and then re-export and send it back to my Reaper project. But for me personally, I like that because it kind of keeps the workflow separate and just kind of like mentally is fine. But for some people, I could see like they would rather just open up the plugin and just slide the note down to where it's supposed to be, if that makes sense.
So is your only reason for not using the plugin that it kind of just messes up your mental workflow?
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, I think that's fair. I just think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So curious.
One thing I have encountered that I'm not sure if it applies to everyone is sometimes I'll have like the Melodyne stuff applied. I'll close out my project session. I'll reopen it and like it'll forget the Melodyne stuff that I've applied. So like that, I don't know what causes that. Someone who actually understands like the program better might have a better answer to that. But
that's when you're using it in a DAW, right?
Yeah.
You mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's kind of like
One drawback.
That's one thing that I'm like scared of happening, which is also why I go back to using the standalone more, is because I'll be like, okay, like if I need to go back to something, I can just edit straight onto like the original stuff. I know it's not going to get lost, and it'll be just easy to plug and play when I just re-export it under the same name and then put it back into Reaper.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Hopefully that answers the question there. Okay. We'll continue on. So let's just go through and I will start pointing out things and fixing them as I go. And you can feel free to come follow along and come and ask questions as I'm going through too. Okay.
All right. If I were to make a guess here.
Yes.
If we're approaching this next note here, would I want to split this note to also even out the waviness in it?
Let's see what this note is.
こんやさし
Oh, it's the cone. So basically, as you're hitting the K, and it's kind of like bouncing back up. This is kind of an iffy one for like shakes like this on the cones. If you go too hard, it might sound a little too mechanical, like this.
こんやさし
You can kind of hear the scoop a little bit too much, but I might do
Yeah.
something in between, even if it's not perfectly aligned, to just like balance it out and not have it not sound as shaky.
こんやさしく
Like probably like that versus what it was originally was like something more like this.
こんやさし
So if I make it more like this,
こんやさ
it's
し
it sounds a little more controlled. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's how I would handle that.
Do you always, when you do the scoopy thingy, do you always go up or do you always go down, or does it?
If you drag up, it smooths it out. If you drag down, it makes it more sharp between the two notes. So I always drag up. Yeah.
I see.
Very, very important. if I drag it down, it's gonna sound.
こんやさ
Actually, it doesn't really make a difference. But if I did it like here,
No.
And I had these two notes separate.
くノックしてんの
Actually, you can't really hear it. I need a better example to illustrate it.
I think I get what you're saying though.
It'll basically make something like sound super choppy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then so in this note, would you split it this many, like 3 times, or?
About the ending, I would probably just let the ending tail off like this.
Okay.
Because it sounds fine. End of the day, is your ears. So if it sounds good to your ears, it's probably okay. But your eyes can help guide you for like certain things that you know will be there, like scoops and stuff. So for example, the next thing my eyes are immediately drawn to is this scoop here. And so I'll split
Okay,
this
let me-
and just make sure the body is centered. I don't even know what note this is.
これ
It's the whatever that is.
ごめん心のだ
Oh, okay. Oh, this is a good section to talk through too. So yeah.
Wait, sorry. You centered it to.
I just double clicked to center it, but I don't know what note it's supposed to be yet. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let's close out this section here. Listen
こ
through.
んやさしくノックして乗り込
Okay, this
めて
I might just like fix the scoop a little bit here. Like this.
ノックして乗り
Yeah. Okay, now that sounds a little more controlled. And now we'll move into this section here.
込め心の弾丸線
Okay.
Oh, but you did it. You did it twice on that one too, right?
Yes,
Sorry,
this
slow, very slowly.
yes,
Followed.
no worries.
くして
The te, yeah, it's split twice. So it has this split here, scooping
Mm.
into it, and this split here, which is actually the n from no
の
or nori. Like this is the n from the no, but it's getting caught in the end of it. So I'm just splitting it off so it's not like affecting how Melodyne is detecting the blob for the actual body of this note.
I see. And then did you even that one out as well?
Yeah, I evened out the scoop. I didn't even out the n at the end because it's not really like I don't. I think more about like the end note when I'm like coming over to like what is this tool called when I'm coming over to use the like the fade between tool. It's more like if I'm chopping off the ending of something, I don't care about fading it nicely. If I'm chopping and then like trying to get it to flow into a good note, then I care more about it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Good question. Okay, great. So there's something that's wrong in this section. We're gonna listen to it and find what it is.
米
It's probably this starting off. So it's probably supposed to be Kome. Okay. So we got that there, and then this is. I'm just gonna adjust this fade a little bit here. So yeah, this note now sounds right.
乗り込め
Yeah. Okay, that's better. Norikome. And then let's listen through the second half here.
乗り込め
Okay, so this is a good example of like a note that just barely was touched. It's really hard to know where the body of it is because it's like it's so fast and the note is almost entirely like a slide here. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of and these ones you can usually get away with tuning pretty hard because they're so subtle. So I'll split it to try to get the body here. And then I'll go and use the pitch modulation tool, the spiky boy. And you can do this, yours is set to F, so I'll just hit the F until it shows up as the spiky boy. And then I'll drag this to like basically create like a flat note for this kokoro kome. And then I'll drag it to where it's supposed to be, which I don't know where it's supposed to be. Yeah. Kome koko. It's probably supposed to be here. So I'll drag it over here.
込め心の断幹線
And then this is probably supposed to be down here. So let's listen back.
乗り込め心の断幹線
And this no is probably also slightly off too. So I'll split it and try to get it to the right spot. Blend that together. And it looks kind of ugly here, but trust in the process. Okay, so listen back here.
乗り込め心の断幹線
Okay.
Is there a reason why that first part of that split is the one that you just did, the one that's near the 13 at the top, like it hits the 13 line? No, not that one. The one to the
this
right.
one,
Yeah, that one. Is there a reason why that like you didn't center the two parts? Like, is there a reason for that, or you just split it and you just let it sit where it's split?
Let me listen back to it again.
の断
Oh, wait, what is this note?
心の
Oh, it's because it's a no. That's I was like
Mm-hmm.
trying to remember why I did that. It's a no, so like the first part of it is the hold on the n, and the second part is the actual like body of the note. So like I wanted to split it up like this, so I could like grab like the body here, and then like a little bit of the tail. But I didn't want to center it. I mean, I guess I could center it. But I wanted to leave it like a little bit natural still, and like let some of this scoop here also sit in like the F sharp range, if that makes sense. Basically to get like a larger percent of the actual note within the F sharp.
Oh, I can't even cut that. Like, the third part is very hard for me.
Yeah,
to cut.
I kind of had to like cut in the middle and then drag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you just have to drag it.
Yeah,
okay, I
yeah,
see. I
yeah.
see.
To get it to snip like a smaller spot. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So now this should be nice and tidy.
乗り込め心の弾丸線
And then I think this dan might be the right note, but I'm not entirely sure. Kokoro no dan.
No, I think the dan is wrong. I think dan has to be higher.
Yeah, here we are. Dankansen. All right.
もう心の弾丸線もう
Oh, and this
That
mo.
sounds better.
Yeah.
もう
Just drag it up. Center that there.
心の弾丸線
Oh, also, this sen seems like it's slipping up into the sharp range a little bit, so I'm gonna split it, drag it down center, and then smooth to get that all smoothed out here. So take a listen again.
心の弾丸線もうそ
Yeah, that sounds better. Okay. So,
Okay, so I did mine a little bit, but
mhm.
I'm having a problem.
Yes.
Mine sounds a lot more. Let me see. Maybe I gotta. Mine sounds a lot more wobbly.
Which one, the sen or the mo?
The dan.
Oh,
The
dan.
dan. It sounds
dan
like
kansen.
dan.
Oh, let's see. So,
の弾
I think it's because
Oh,
I
yeah.
split it. I split it twice here, so I'm really only centering the dan, and like this part up here, I'm letting it just like this is the voice crack. I'm letting the voice crack kind of just go up into the sky, and I'm letting the hard hit on like the dan, like where it scoops down, and I just kind of like do whatever the heck it wants to do. So yeah,
Okay.
that
Let
should
me see.
hopefully help smooth it out. Oh, and for voice cracks like this, I usually don't like bother with whatever note it hits.
Right.
Because it's just kind of like a stylistic effect.
Can you play yours back again?
Oh yeah.
心の弾丸線心の弾丸線
Sorry, say again.
I guess yours is a little warbly too.
Yeah, it's a little warbly. It's just maybe a little harder to hear through Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's like that level of warble, like you're kind of just fine.
Yeah. It should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I think like now that the dan is on the right note, it's like it just sounds like a lot cleaner overall, and that's probably good enough.
This is
And then I'll fix this by splitting it and smoothing it out, getting the sin
okay. I see.
smoothed out a little bit, and then fix the mo. And yeah. So now we listen through and we get
ごめん心の弾丸線妄想ばかりがフラッシュ
this actually might not be right.
して
This might actually I don't know if this is supposed to be lower.
感染妄想
Mo I think it's actually supposed to be down here.
Mo.
Mo.
Yeah. Mo sounds right.
Yeah.
心の弾丸線妄想
Yeah.
Moso,
This
moso.
one I've noticed as you like drag down, it tends to get a little bit more like distorted versus dragging up usually, which is just kind of like unfortunate, but yeah,
感染妄想ば
kind of sounds it sounds a little robotic here. Let me see if I can just
So typically for
less.
those things, you just like
you just
it's like just leave it wrong a little bit more than
no, usually I just
trying to
full
correct it.
I use just full sended. I like make it sound robotic, and it's like, well, it's just gonna sound a little robotic, but it's the right note.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool.
But people have different approaches to this, definitely. Like
Sure.
some people prefer to just like leave it slightly more natural sounding. I am more in the boat that like make it sound in tune.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go through here.
染妄想
It sounds fine. It's also kind of low already in your voice, like you're
Yeah.
kind of hitting the
Yeah.
So-
I'm forcing it down.
Yeah, so like it wasn't already gonna sound that pretty anyway, so it's okay if it's a little bit distorted to get to the right note, in my opinion.
Okay.
Cool.
That makes sense.
So this should be the end of the phrase here.
妄想ばかりがフラッシュして
And this one's a little shaky here. It's not actually going out, but I'm just gonna, in the interest of like maybe smoothing out the styling a little bit, split it and then smooth it.
ばかりがフラッシュして
And then maybe also, this one seems like it's sounding a little slid. So I'm gonna take the body of it and T-paint it and then smooth it out.
Wait, sorry, give me a second. My cats are fighting. One
Oh,
second.
no worries. Play this back for chat here.
妄想ばかりがフラッシュしてばかりがフラッシュして
Smooth that out a little more.
ばかりがフラッシュして
Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds clean. All right, what's up, guys? How's it going? You guys have a good weekend? Anyone do anything interesting?
Oh, I'm back. Sorry about that.
All right, welcome back.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, you were saying?
Yep.
You were saying to full send T-Pain in.
Yeah, I T-pained this note just to make it a little smoother, and then I dragged this around, and I just did the smoothing between. My thinking on these is like, if the beginning of the note and the end of the note still sound a little natural, but you T-pain the middle, then it's okay. Like it makes it sound a little more natural because the onset, like the consonant doesn't get distorted, and like at the end of the note doesn't get distorted either.
Right.
Yeah. Just kind of the body, focusing on the body.
How come my thing is not? My thing is not singing right now. Wait, give me a second.
It's not singing. Oh, so yeah, I'm mad.
It's not letting. The yellow lines are gone. What happened?
Oh, that you might have switched off of the tool.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But also sometimes it's really hard to hit the yellow line.
Yes, you kind of have to just
You
like.
just have to zoom in more. Or?
Yeah, you can either zoom in more or just kind of like move your mouse around until you see the icon.
Oh yeah, I see. I have to like move a little bit more left of it sometimes.
Yeah, that's kind of my one complaint with this. It's like, where's the? Yeah, there's no like way to like just turn on that tool and get it to like go where it's supposed to go. But yeah.
Okay,
cool.
wait. Can you play your version again of that section again?
Go through here.
振り込め心の弾丸線妄想ばかりがフラッシュして
Okay. I think Okay, sorry. Again, can you clarify why that last line, the flashuste bit, why you know how you split it into 3?
Yeah.
The first one, I see the second one is centered, it looks like.
Yeah.
But the first one isn't. And I know that the last one isn't because you don't really mind the last one not being centered. But why is the first one too, you just leave it?
The thinking here is like I T-pained the middle, so I want the beginning to still sound a little bit natural, and I don't want to drag it too far to like distort it. Yeah.
I see. I see.
And also still like leave some of that sliding style with it.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. And then, yeah. No. Okay. That looks right to me too.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Cool.
On to the next section. Usually as you're going through this, also you'll get like much faster. So it won't take like 30 minutes to go through the first 5 seconds of the song. But yeah. Most of the time you'll go through and you'll say, okay, I'm just gonna preemptively split this because this looks like a scoop. I'm gonna split this because this looks like a scoop. This looks like I could scoop it. And then let's listen through. This looks like a scoop. This looks like a scoop. Center this, and let's listen to how this sounds and where the notes are supposed to go. Okay, so this is a sa, and it's got like a trill here, which is fine. And this is a voice crack, so that's fine. And maybe I'll center these a little bit more. This is. I'm gonna drag this in, see if this sounds better. And this note sounds like it's a little low, so drag that up. But maybe that was wrong, so I gotta listen again. Maybe it's supposed to actually be down here. That sounds a little too distorted, so I'll drag this up a little bit. Maybe that's better. Maybe try that. These sound like they're the wrong note too now, but this sounds like it's fixed, so I think it's supposed to be.
Would you say
here.
that typically a lot of the very T-Pain-y sound stuff, it can be corrected via mixing?
I think
Is
it's not
that-
that it gets corrected, but like it
Or it's
becomes
not
less
as,
obvious.
Right. It's like hard to tell.
Still there if you listen to it closely, but most of the time, like the average listener is not going to pick up that it's there. If it
I
gets
see.
really bad,
Obviously, yeah.
Like for example, if I had to like drag it down to like here or something,
ささ弱音はミュート
like then you're getting to the point where like, okay, I'm just gonna re-record that line.
Right.
But otherwise, like here,
弱音はミュート
it's like it's kind of like I'm at the borderline of like, oh, was it actually T-Painy? If I didn't know, it's like, oh, maybe that was just
right.
the way it was sung, kind of thing.
Right.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. The instrumental will also hide it within some degree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry if you hear the cat. She's
No, I can't hear the cat. I wish I could.
okay.
Though.
That's the gate's working. She's being really annoying.
It's
Yeah.
being held back.
Well, her brother was bothering her, so now she's like, like my life is so hard. She's like whining to me. She's like, I'm being bullied.
It's just like real people.
Just like real people. She's like, Mom, he was bullying me.
He's so mean. You're like, shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I already removed him from the room. What more do you want me to do? But she's a girl, so she's very, she needs to be pampered and be told that it's okay.
even when it's been okay.
Yeah, when I literally removed him from the room,
Aw,
she's
that's
just
sweet, though.
dramatic.
Aw. It's just how it is sometimes.
It is how it is.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna continue through here and see what else is going on. So,
ささ弱音はミュートしてくだら
okay, this coup sounds like it might be in the nether, that some random location. Okay, so it was down here on the D. We'll move it up to the E flat, D sharp. See if that sounds better. I think this is also wrong too, so I'm gonna preemptively move this.
ミュートしてくだら
Maybe move this into the right key too, so placebo effect maybe make it sound fine.
ミュートしてくだ
Oh, this is interesting. So this is kudaranai.
ら
So if I maybe just like, I don't think this is supposed to be scooped, but it ended up scooped. I'm just gonna try and brute force it to all set it to like in that range.
としてくだらない
Also, this te is going, the ending is like flicking up, but it's still kind of like bringing my whole perception of the note up. So I'm gonna like just bring it down and then like smooth it out and see if that makes it sound less sharp to me. Ooh, what did I do? Oh, I accidentally went to chromatic snap. We're gonna try this again. Okay.
弱音はミュートしてくだらないこと
Okay, now the te doesn't sound like it's going sharp. So let me do a quick like comparison here. So this was te before.
としてくだ
Sounds like it's going te. Okay, not like that, but like it's
Yeah,
a little
I
bit
get
like to the ear. It's kind of like, oh, that like slipped off the note. Versus here,
ミュートしてくだら
it's like very much okay. It's mutoshite, like definitely in the right note.
Like kind of like pressed down.
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah, exactly. Which is like, okay, that should be good. One thing also that I do with my mixing is I'll like slap a layer of auto tune on afterwards, and so
right. I remember seeing that in your
mm,
off Kai thing.
yeah, and so because of that, like if the notes are like sliding off, when auto tune flattens it a little bit more, it's gonna make like the notes that are slightly off more obviously off. So like I like also out of habit in some ways I'm like overcorrecting to make sure like things later down the line in my mixing aren't like accentuated further with the tuning.
I see.
Yep. All right. Cool. Ready to keep going through?
Yeah.
All right,
I was
let's go.
Listening to my bit again too.
All right.
弱音はミュートしてくだらないことで躊躇してちょ
Oh, the chew is definitely
Yeah.
wrong.
ちょ
I'm gonna fix this one because it's low hanging fruit here, and then we'll get into this section.
ないことで
Oh, and that one you've just double checking. You fixed because you knew that something else was on D sharp, so you're just putting it down to D sharp too.
It's more like I listened to it. It sounded sharp, so I just dragged it down, and I'm
Oh.
assuming it's down here. And then when I play it
Gotcha.
through, I'll see if it was right.
Gotcha.
So
Guesstimating.
yes. Guesstimating, exactly. Some of it's like, okay, I'm just gonna move the blobs around, move a bunch at the same time, and then see if I move them to the right spots, and then if I got it, yay. If I didn't, I'll move it to the other spot. Let's see if
Right.
it works.
I mean, I think it helps when you were saying the logic of like 3, like they shouldn't all ever be like 3 in a row together in the same like
Yeah.
X section. Too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. B sharp, nani? B sharp. Don't worry about it. You mean C natural? Okay.
C
ことだ
natural.
All right.
やらないこと
Okay, so this should be right. Koto no. Okay, yeah. So this was estimated down, but should actually be here. So it's like stepping down like a staircase.
ことだで
Koto no no.
で
Yep, that sounds right.
ないことだで躊躇して
Okay, this one's gonna be a little tricky.
ちょ
So choo.
ちゅちゅ
So it's probably supposed to be up here, but the shake is like a little bit too big for the whole note. So this is a good example of where we would use the spiky boy. So I'm gonna bring out the spiky boy here.
Okay.
Yep. And then we'll
ちゅ
just compress it a little bit more to be in that range, and then drag it to center a little bit more in this C sharp D flat. So now if we play it back, hopefully that's right.
くだらないことだで躊躇して
And then the te is
Then-
sharp.
Sorry, can you explain one more time exactly what the spiky boy does?
So the spiky boy, also the aka the T-Pain tool,
ちゅ
grabs the whole blob and like makes it closer and closer and closer to a perfectly flat line the more you drag it
So-
down.
ち
So
ゅ
typically that's like for shakier notes.
Yes. It's like
And is there
yeah.
no, sorry, continue.
No, so for shakier notes, but if they're too shaky to kind of just split and transition nicely,
ちゅ
like basically exactly in a situation like this where you have a big shake, you can just compress it into one of the blobs and then move that blob where you want it to be.
And you wouldn't separate it using the split tool because it just won't sound as natural, or it's because it's going to sound exactly the same. It's just easier to compress it all.
I think it also won't sound as natural. We'll see how it does.
Oh, okay.
Because basically we're moving two things that are very far apart and then like flattening between them. But because they were so far apart, when you use the flattening tool, it's like it doesn't you can see it's kind of accentuating still like that weird
I
like
see.
flatness. So like it probably will still sound okay, but let's
で躊躇して
actually it does sound worse. It sounds like it's like it's
Yeah.
it's like making that scoop a little bit more obvious. So if I go back and I just do the spiky boy version
ちゅ
and I just like drag it roughly to where it's supposed to be, and then play it back,
ことだで躊躇して
it sounds more natural.
Right. Right. Okay, I see.
So I'll probably do the same with the te here. I'm just gonna chop off the beginning, because like the te
Is that because the beginning feels more manageable?
yeah, with te also like the beginning of a T is usually just naturally sharp, and I don't feel like I need to just like drag that in with the body of the note versus the chu, like the ch is not a voiced consonant, so like
Right.
all of the actual consonant work is like not gonna get distorted when you do the spiky boy versus with the te, because it's like te like some of that initial onset is gonna get distorted. I mean, I guess te is not technically a voiced consonant either, but it's even less it's even less voiced than the ch is.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so
okay.
then I'm gonna go and spiky boy this.
で
Maybe a little bit more is manageable. Get it to look like most of the note is in the middle, and then listen back and see how it sounds.
ことだで躊躇してちょうだ
Okay, that sounds good.
When you say getting most of the note in the middle, you mean like kind of the median of the peaks, right?
Yeah, basically having it so, or trying to get it so like the trough and the peak are both within the bounds of the A sharp B flat.
Oh. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So now we should have everything all sorted out.
ことで躊躇して冗談ばかり
Except for this part.
だ
But yeah,
Yeah.
everything in this section is now cleaned up.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Cool. All right. Nice. Okay, ready to move on.
ことで躊躇して冗談ばかりねあはは壊せない壁がキスを迫るでしょ
Okay, so there's a lot of stuff to work on here. We're gonna take
Yeah.
this here.
冗談ばかり
Yep, that should be in the right range now. I don't know what's going on here. Let's figure out what this is.
ありねあ
Okay, so this is a case where Melodyne, there are clearly two different notes and Melodyne has accidentally mashed them into one, so you can just split them using the split tool.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. This is why getting the split tool is so important.
Right. I can't imagine not having it.
Yeah, now that we're at this point, it's like, okay, wait. Yeah, definitely the 250 version is the minimum you'll need.
Right. Sounds like that's kind of like almost the base version.
Yeah.
Like you won't be able to do much besides T-Pain, the other one.
Yeah, even then you can't do like the real T-Pain with like scrunching with the spiky boy. So
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
anyway, so let's see if these are in the right spots.
ばかりねりり
And there's also some, I don't know what this is. This is also part of the okay. Let's see if this fixed it by moving this up and this also kind of around.
ばかりねあはは
Try this again.
ばかりねあはは壊
Okay, and this is another case where it's like the body of the note seems like it's below. I'm gonna just scrunch it. See if that fixes it there.
ばかりねあははこ
So we'll use the middle to smooth this out.
ばかりねあははこ
I think that works. Is that the right note? I think that's the right note.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And nice. That's cleaned up. I guess we could just keep chugging through.
冗
here.
談ばかりねあはは壊せない壁
Wait,
が
how
キ
did
ス
you? Because mine, I smoothed it out a bit, but did you use the spiky one on the ha at the last
Yes.
ha?
Yes.
there?
I spiky
Oh,
boyed the
okay,
ha,
okay.
dragged it here, and then smoothed it a little bit between the onset.
Okay, I see.
Because it was still sounding a little crunchy. And then I'm trying to figure out where these notes are supposed to be because they're on the G, which is the note that we know for sure is not in this key. I'm gonna assume they're up here for now, and then maybe do some preemptive splitting to get the bodies here.
Cool. I think.
Yeah, let's see.
壊せない壁がキスを迫るでしょ
That sounds
キス
right.
を
Yeah. That should be right. Also split this.
す
Suo here. And this note here.
る
This should clean up this section here.
壊せない壁がキスを迫るでしょ
Except for this
Ooh.
note is
じゃ
also this
What
one. Yeah, guys.
Help!
Yeah, okay, let's make that one
壊
right.
せない壁がキスを迫るでしょ
This one's
There's something wrong in there still too.
maybe, yeah.
壊せない壁がキスを迫るでしょ
Okay, I think it was just the scoop on this. Is this all supposed to be the right? Oh, this maybe is going a little sharp here. Chop that peak off a little bit.
壊せない壁がキス
Oh, maybe it's
こ
supposed to be cool, like this.
壊せない壁がキスを迫るでし
Oh,
ょ
that sounds right.
Yeah, I think that's probably where it's supposed to be. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
This looks right. Okay.
For the peaks there,
Mm,
I
mhm.
may have missed it. Are those being smoothed out using the smoothing thing, or is that the spiky?
This section here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically I took the splitter and I just split everywhere where it looked like it was just kind of sliding up, and then I
Uh-huh.
dragged them and centered them.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Well,
then
that's a lot of.
yeah, it's a lot of spiky
lot of
or
cutting.
cutting
Yeah.
action. Yeah. A lot of splitting. And then this one, if you wanted to be a little more precise too, you could
ka,
spiky boy the ka a little bit and just make more of the ka centered in this G sharp A flat. So let's see. And maybe a little bit more of this too. Get it centered here.
壊せない壁がキスを迫るでしょ
Okay. Yeah, basically, the more a note is sliding around, kind of the less the less tight it will sound usually. So that's where the spiky boy can definitely come in and help in moderation.
Gotcha.
Try not to be too
Wait,
big.
I think there's still something that sounds weird.
Okay. Let's take a listen through.
I think it's the kisu on mine.
壊せない壁がキスを
Kiss.
迫る
I think I know what it is. Because it's kisu o. Yeah, I think it's because the kisu and the u and the o weren't really split, so they were kind of like getting misapproximated. And smooth it out between the two, and let's see if this fixes it.
がキスを迫るでしょ
Yeah,
I think that sounds better. Yeah.
I think that sounds cleaner tuning wise. Okay, cool, nice. All right, we got the first phrase.
Yay!
All right. Ready to go on to whatever this section is?
Yes, I think so.
All right.
I'm still cleaning up a little bit, but I think I'm getting the gist of it now. So I mean, I don't have to make it perfect to yours. So
Yeah.
I'm
exactly.
learning.
Exactly. Don't be too hard on
Yeah.
yourself. Definitely, I've been doing this for like way too long. So
I wish I had learned this earlier. Like, I feel like I had so many opportunities to. I mean, I didn't actually have opportunities to learn it, but I wish I had learned it. It's like one of those things where every time there's like, there was a chorus battle or something, someone else was just doing it, so I never had to do it. But I feel like it would have been really cool to have been able to learn this sooner and be able to apply it, because it does seem fairly straightforward. It's like you just have to have like the knowledge or the ear for it, right? So
yeah, and just like some of it, like the experience too, and knowing like, oh, this type of thing I want to handle this way versus like this one I want to use the spiky boy,
Right.
Yeah.
That's probably just comes with experience.
Yeah. But I'm trying to give you like a little bit of a cheat sheet here with like, oh,
yeah,
this is when
this
I
is
would...
super helpful. Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I think the Palcaries know because I mentioned this, but this stream literally came about because I was like, kind of want to learn how to tune. So I asked Tomo like, oh, are there any good resources for like a class I could take on it? And then he was like, oh, just do a stream on it. And then I was like, okay, we'll just do it live. That sounds chill,
Yeah. So if anyone else wants to learn it and like, it's like.
No, I feel like this is like a super, like if anyone watches this stream and they were like following along, obviously they don't have my fucking voice files, but like
unless
they'd be able to, we could probably just make the Google Drive link or something public or something.
Yeah.
But that way people can kind of like take a look and sort of follow along too and learn.
Yeah,
maybe.
That would actually be so helpful. But
yeah, I will make that public as much as it mortifies me to do so.
you're gonna hear like Hibana remix like featuring Liora Walkyria. It's gonna be like, where'd they get these vocals from? Oh shit!
Lee Payne. Lee Payne. The debut of Lee Payne.
It's like, wow, why is Hibana making so much of a comeback nowadays? Oh shit!
You know what? If that's the outcome, I'd be really happy. But I think the thing that I'm mortified about is everyone having to see me with my pants down. But that's okay. You know what?
Yeah, you're gonna get versions that's like Liora Hibana cover, but it's tuned to all the wrong notes on purpose.
Gonna kill myself. And someone's gonna be like, "Oh, leaked Liora Hibana cover."
Someone will be like, "Oh, I took Leora's vocals and I made like a beautiful 4-part harmony arrangement by like tuning artificial harmonies out of all of these."
Oh my god. I think the Palcaries I've seen more. Thank you, CC Claire. Thank you for saying that. Yes, it's true. They have seen me with more than my pants down, probably.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, God.
Okay, here we go. Next phrase.
Anyways, next phrase. Yeah. It's It's great. So we got a scoop here. We got I don't know what the fuck's going on here. We got oh, this is I don't think we've encountered these yet, but this is, another 2 notes that look like they shouldn't be together. So we're going to split them up. Oh, and then we got a vibrato here that looks like it's kind of drifting upwards. Honestly, I've noticed Melodyne has a tricky time approximating where the vibrato is supposed to be. It's probably getting thrown off by like this section of the scoop here, so I'm just gonna center it. Vibrato's tricky. I'll do a quick talk about vibrato here. Oftentimes, you'll see people who have crazy vibrato like this. And when you T-pain them like this, it's gonna sound like pretty distorted, I think.
So
Yeah, it's gonna. Well, I think that's the wrong note too, but but yeah, it's gonna sound like. So honestly, when you have vibrato that's crazy big like this, I just I give up. I just put it straight on the center. Like I'm like, okay, let's just put it right in the center here, and then in Melodyne, or not in Melodyne, in Autotune, I'll just turn the Autotune off for that spot so it doesn't go like.
Is that not obvious in the mix when you turn Autotune off on certain spots?
It's usually pretty subtle. So it's like it'll be like you'll hear it like oh, it sounds less polished there, but like no one's gonna notice. They'll notice it more if the Autotune is on and like completely destroying the vibrato there. So yeah, got some more scoops here. And some more things that look like they're being pushed off because like Melodyne's averaging the blobs wrong. So I'll split that up, and now we'll go through and find the right notes for all these people that we separated from their initial blobs. Okay, I don't know which one this is supposed to be. Wait, let me hear back. I lost the key.
壁がキスを迫るでしょ
Okay, this is probably supposed to be. Yeah, alright.
愛やわかり
Yeah.
愛やわかり
Okay, I did something wrong there.
愛やわ
That's probably supposed to be down there.
愛やわかって
Oh, yeah, that sounds a lot better.
There we go.
愛やわかってくれるでしょ
It's probably supposed to be there. Let's listen to this again.
愛や
Ooh, this one we're probably gonna have to T-pain. It's a slide. Oh, I don't even know what this note's supposed to be. Wait.
愛や
Maybe it is supposed to be here. Let's see here.
愛やわ
Wakateru, so it's wa?
Yeah.
Aiya, wa.
Wa.
Wa. Aiya, wa.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
愛やわかってくれるでしょ
Okay, here we go. That's
く
seems right now.
れる
Okay. So I think everything that was on this E and everything that was on this D was snapped to the wrong key. So I just took out basically everything that's not a scoop. This is
か
oh. This is probably also supposed to be up here. This, now that we cleared out these 2 rows, I think it should be better now.
愛やわかってくれるでしょ
Wait, is this right?
愛やわかってくれるでしょ
Okay, I think that works. Yeah. Okay, this looks right.
愛やわかってくれるでしょ
Alright. Yay! That wasn't too bad.
Yay.
Sometimes it just sounds it sounds like, wow, I suck at singing. But like, most of it's because Melodyne is just approximating the notes to the completely, like, to one note off. Like, and it's basically shifting it like a whole like half step. And so,
Right.
and like centering it like strong and wrong. So like, it'll sound really, really off, which is good because then it makes it easier to say like, okay, I need to fix this note. Versus like if it's kind of like in the middle, sometimes it's hard to tell. So it's good, but it's also bad because you're listening back and you're like, wow, was I really that bad? When in truth you really were.
sing like that?
Guys? But
Wait, so with vibrato, that's like this subtle though. Did you compress it at all? It just yours looks bigger than mine, or smaller than mine, but I don't know if it's just because the zoom is different.
I think it's just the zoom.
Might just be the zoom.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can check it. Yeah, so if I go to the spiky boy and click on the note,
Mm-hmm.
it'll tell me, it says 100% for me, which means 100% is normal. So if I go up, it's like 200%. If I go down, it's like less percent. That's like the percent of how flat
you can always
it is.
check.
Yeah, so you can like see how much you
Okay.
messed it up with your tuning totals and stuff, or how much you
Is
like
there a way,
processed.
like, for example, like, do all of the things have like ways to kind of revert it back? So, for example,
Yes.
if I had like a in between, the yellow lines, and you're fixing that, if you were fixing that and then you went too far, I guess you just wouldn't be able to go up anymore, right? You would just come back down to the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you can snap the yellow lines to where they originally were, but you can kind of just go into the middle, and then wherever the middle was is where it was originally, or kind of like
yeah.
that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. Yeah. So I think this section's fixed. We can probably come over here now, and we got a few more scoops. So yeah, I do have a preference to kind of just like chop off a lot of the scoops first. Not all of them in the entire song, but like a given section that I'm going through. And that'll just help with seeing where I need to move the blobs around. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then maybe this too. Maybe this too. Okay, let's see what's going on here.
終わんない愛を抱いてたくないのもっとちゃんとファンにしてよ
Okay, so this is the chorus. It's okay, we split it. Let's figure out what we do here. Oh, starting with the first note.
Oh,
It's probably supposed to be here. Oh, wah.
whoa, whoa,
Okay, this is probably the right. This is probably where this whole section's supposed to be.
da,
One night. Okay.
one,
So I think what's going on here is a lot of the scoops are pretty severe. So if we are able to make the scoops less severe, we should be able to tame kind of the flowing of the section here.
So when you have like these really intense scoops, what does that mean in terms of like vocal performance? Is that like it's just a thing that happens, or do you think that's something that when you're recording you can like, so for example, if I have something like this that's very scoopy and I'm like, okay, the next time I record something, or if I want to re-record it, is there a way that I can be conscious about it to like help prevent that? Or is that just like a no accuracy thing?
So this is something that I usually, it happens to me sometimes. I usually think it's from breath control, and not so much like, oh, I'm not putting enough air, but more just like something more intrinsic, like your vocal cords aren't like matching the amount of air that you need to like stably support the notes, so it's kind of like guesstimating. So what I do to fix that as like a vocal exercise to usually just smooth it out, and it really helps, is like a lip troll through it, or like what's called like a semi-occluded. Okay, this is getting into vocal technique. I don't want to go too deep into it, but like semi-occluded vocal, what's it called? Semi-occluded vocal posture or something like that. Semi-occluded vocal track. They call them SVTs in like music and vocal pedagogy. But basically, it's something like a lip trill, or like a V, like a buzzy V, buzzy Z, buzzy F, or even like singing through a straw.
So you would go through this same like
line
chorus, but like with a lip trill instead, and then that would help you train how to breathe through that. Is that what the concept is?
Basically, it's kind of like a little cheat sheet for your vocal cords to know how much air they need to like vibrate efficiently through that specific note pattern. So like I'll just go like, and I'll start with like something that's like less back pressure, and then I'll move to something like a V that has more back pressure, like. And like it'll be shaky probably like the first time you do it, especially as you move to like the higher back pressure exercises. But then as you like like let it happen, and then as you do it again and again, your like vocal cords will naturally like stabilize to like supply the right amount of pressure.
Oh, wait, can you tell me again what that's called?
It's like semi-occluded vocal track posture, semi-occluded vocal. You could look up
Oh,
semi-occluded
track exercise, I
vocal
see.
exercise. Yeah. But yeah, it's basically.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, they're really, really good.
Cool. Yeah, I've never heard of that. So
Yeah. But yeah, it's basically anything like a lip trill, tongue trill, raspberry trill. It's like where you stick your tongue between the lips and you go like you're making a fart noise.
Oh.
And yeah, all of those are really good. And like the different exercises have different like amounts of back pressure they put on your voice. So like you generally want to work your way up, and then like kind of the more pressure the back pressure you're forcing your vocal cords to like adapt to, the more stable you'll be able to sing just overall. It's actually really good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Semi-occluded vocal track exercises. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So they're so good. They're so good. Like
Okay.
sorry, this is definitely a tangent, but like the peak of what I use of all of that is like singing, going through the notes on like a coffee straw, like a tiny like.
Oh.
That one's peak. That one is probably like the highest pressure you can get, I think. So because the smaller opening. Anyways, but yeah, just vocal hacks.
Yeah, these are all really awesome notes. Getting free vocal lessons while I'm learning how to tune. Yippee! 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, buy one get one free. Okay, buy none. Actually, buy Melodyne, get one free.
Buy Melodyne.
yeah. But anyways, good sidetrack.
Yeah, no, that's a really good. I'm sure a lot of people will find that super helpful too.
Yeah.
But also someone asking what song we're working on. We're working on Hibana,
the
Vocaloid Hibana.
the Deco one, not the 6th line
The
one.
Deco one. Yeah.
Not the Golden Comely one.
Not the Golden Comely one.
Which is also a good song, but like
It is a good song.
but it's not the song. Anyways.
Not-
Okay. So back to this. Let's see where we're at here.
終わんない愛をだ
Okay. This part sounds better already now that we've kind of like put the notes kind of where they're supposed to be on this C sharp D flat.
終わんない愛を抱いてたくないの
Wait, that sounds way better.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then we're just totally ignoring these scoops here, and this is
Okay.
actually a good example of a good scoop here.
ない
What is this note again?
愛を抱いて
Yeah, the one high. It's a high. So in scoops like these, where there's a very clear like start and end, I definitely like try to tune this like the bottom of the scoop to the right note. As in like if I did something like this where I forced it and tried to like scoop it here, it's gonna sound probably pretty distorted and not as good as it would sound if I had it down there.
愛を抱い
It's kind of like, okay, it doesn't sound bad,
ない愛を
but it kind of sounds like
Sounds so pressed.
versus
Yeah.
versus if I have it like here, where it like originally was, you get like this cool scooping sound.
終わんない愛を抱いてたくないの
It like it adds in more life and expression into it. So I really like doing those. Also, like it's in my vocal habit and I can't stop doing it. So like
I know. There's actually a point in this recording where I was like, God, I'm sounding like a country singer. I have to like pull back on the vocal
pull back on them
fluctuation.
reins. Hold your horses.
Literally.
The horses
becoming
in the back.
cowboy.
Yeah, boy.
This is literally like he banner.
Me and my back in my day, when I was in Berlin, we sang it like when I.
Oh my god.
Okay. Anyways, okay. Anyway, this note's probably wrong, so I'm gonna move that there. This is. I think anything on this C is probably also not supposed to be there, so I'm just gonna move things out of that territory and see where we're supposed to be.
終わんない愛を抱いてたくないの
Oh, This one's right, but like it doesn't sound super stable, so I'm just gonna spiky boy it down. See how that goes.
And then you kept to the last part to keep the like afflection.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, keep the flick at the end.
抱いてたくないのもっ
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
とちゃんと愛を抱いてたくないのもっとちゃん
Oh wait, this is actually supposed to be down here. This is a big scoop, but I'm gonna try to smooth it over with the slider.
てたくないのもっとちゃんとファンにしてよファンにして
Okay, I think that should be right now. I'm just gonna fix that while I'm there. Okay.
たくないのもっとちゃんとファンにしてよ
Something doesn't sound quite right on this
I
nishite.
think it's
くないの
yeah.
もっとちゃんとファンに
We can maybe tame the fuan a little bit.
とちゃんとファンにしてよ
This is maybe going a little sharp, so let's spiky boy it down. I don't think I can even split this. We're just gonna have to send it.
とファンにしてよ
Oh, okay, that's better. Okay. So the knee was going a little sharp because the flick at the end was just kind of extending out a little bit, but spiky boying it down smoothed it out.
もっとちゃんとファンにしてよいな
This we can maybe smooth out a little bit in between.
とファンにしてよい
Yeah, that works, I think. Okay.
Sorry, what did you smooth out? Oh, you smoothed out
Yeah,
the last bit.
yeah. Kind of the transition between the Teo.
してよいないいないい
And then this section also, oh, this happens sometimes too when you have like these super shaky, or not super shaky. It happens to me too, but like, yeah, big trills here. Just kind of, that's grabbing this on accident. Let's split that off. Yeah, I'll just see if I can smush that a little bit.
いないいない
Well, I might need a spiky boy this one. Spiky boy, I like to think of. I like to use a little sparingly, but we'll see. At the end of the day, it's whichever gets the job done best.
Right.
Split this up a little bit more. All right, let's hear how this sounds.
いないいないバーで演じてほし
Split this here. Fix that. All right.
いいないいないバーで演じてほしいの
Whoa. Wait, something happened here.
バーで演じてほしいの
Whoa. What happened here? This sounds like a mic
What
glitch.
happened?
What the?
バーで演じてほしいの
I don't know what happened here. This sounds like a recording glitch. Like it skipped a little bit or something during recording. Like your computer had a brain fart.
Yeah, that's weird.
That probably can't be fixed with Melodyne.
That probably just has to be re-recorded.
Yeah, that one section. But this stuff happens sometimes. Technology's not perfect. It is what it is. Okay.
No, sometimes my computer does do like a weird, like when I'm recording, because I usually record on my laptop in my closet. It does a thing where the audio will sometimes skip. And usually I can catch it and I'll just re-record it because I can tell something went wrong. But I don't know what's causing that on Reaper.
Oh, maybe it's like a computer thing. Like it's like just doesn't have
just
the
like
power.
not enough memory or something. Yeah. Possible.
Yeah.
Usually I catch it when I record though, so that must have just been I must not have caught it, or I thought that it was fine anyway, and I just went with it.
That's fair. Yeah,
but that's fine. We'll just fix that little some other thing.
That couldn't be that bad, right? Yeah, but yeah, definitely tuning. I'll say like another benefit is like it helps you get a second pass on your vocals, so you like can kind of catch these things early.
For sure, for sure.
So you're like, man, maybe I'll just resing this part if it's like too off. Sometimes is what will cross my mind. Yeah. All right. We should be good on this section.
いないいないバーで演じてほしいのもっとちゃんと答えてよ
Wait. These are probably supposed to be here. Oh, this is a great example for when you would use like the wavy boy, the twin of the spiky boy. This one is like it's kind of lopsided. It's like trending upwards, but it's like not. It's just kind of lopsided. So you can use the wave to just kind of like even it across. So it's like it's shaking, but it's like shaking straight across. If that makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's listen back now.
いないいないばで演じてほしい
Oh, actually, I want to fix this one too.
も
Maybe make this a little bit more
No.
centered and less of like a scoop.
いないいないばで演じてほしいのもっとちゃんと答えてよ
And maybe I'll split off this here. Just balance that a little bit more.
The kotaeteyo sounds a little weird too. The ko maybe.
ちゃんと答え
Oh yeah, I think this is a scoop situation.
Oh.
Let's say I'll make that more obvious.
もっとちゃんと答えてよ
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah,
that
that sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, thank you for the super chat stream. Super helpful. I'm glad. That's all I could ask for, really.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yay!
Yay, people are learning.
Yes.
Everyone's learning.
Good. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's probably good to do this with me actually doing it with you and explaining, because when I tune on my own, I kind of just like autopilot through the whole thing.
Right. Right.
Because I'm just trying
I'm
to get
sure
it
because
done.
you've done it for so long,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I'll just like make sense.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why the alert triggers twice. I don't know if you ever have this, but like I always get the alert it just always happens. I'm like, guys, I don't know how to fix this, but
That's weird.
it's weird. I don't know. One of the many wonders.
いないいないばで演じてほしいのもっとちゃんと答えてよ
Yeah, that sounds way better.
Okay, cool. Next section here.
完成だって何度でも言うんだ
Okay, these are supposed to be here. Then we'll do our splitting. Doo-doo-doo. Maybe this one could use a split. Honestly, this one could probably use a split too. It's probably not supposed to be up there. Just guesstimate. So it looks like things aren't supposed to be on this C and they're not supposed to be on this A sharp B flat. So we'll just keep those rows clear. And let's see what this needs now. Let me split that off. Okay, try this.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ何度で
I think it's supposed to be nando demo. So I'll bring this down here.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ
Maybe we can T-pain this a little bit.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ
Maybe 80%. It's fine.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ
That sounds fine. Sounds about where it's supposed to be. Well, how about this section here?
ノボからぶった愛の中で
Na, na. Okay, so these are probably supposed to be here. Probably supposed to be up here. Sometimes instead of just playing it through, I'll just like look for the ones that I think are off and I'll like just check them and then I'll move them into place too to save some time. Let's see if this works.
ノボからぶった愛の中で
Okay, I think this toe we might want to figure out what exactly we might be able to work with here. So I think it's like it's sliding down and it's also doing like a crack at the end. So if we chop those parts off and then we it's loud. And then we tame the middle a little bit with the spiky boy, that should work.
ノボからぶった愛の中で
Yeah.
So you tamed the middle one with the spiky?
Yeah, just to make it just a little bit more controlled. Yeah, let's see.
ノボからぶった愛の中で
This is maybe going a little flat. Here we go.
ノボからぶった愛の中で
Cool.
Wait, so what did you do for the last one? Can you explain that one again?
This day.
Mm-hmm.
So I split it and then, well, let's see what it was originally. I think it was like this. So I split it twice around kind of like the two valleys. And then I'm figuring this is like just like a slide area, so I'm not caring too much about it. But I'll take these two and then I'll just mash them together a little bit with the slider. Yeah. So let's listen.
ノボから
Oh, and also this is a little low.
ぶ
I think I can spiky boy this a little bit to make it just a little bit more stable here.
ノボからぶった愛の中で
Okay, cool.
Spiky boy, you always press down. You don't go up, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Going up makes it more dramatic.
Oh,
makes
T-Pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or going up makes
I
it
see.
less T-Pain and more like even more shaky.
Oh, I see.
Which honestly, I've never really come up with a way or a reason I would ever use the going up version, but I guess it's there.
I see.
If you ever want to really wobble. All right. I guess for memes, it could be good.
For meme purposes only.
Yeah, you're gonna get Liora Hibana, but every note is 200% wobbled with the spiky boy.
That'll probably sound insane.
Yeah. We can test it on this section.
Oh god.
I'll just quickly revert it. Okay, so this is what 200% spiky boy sound.
Dun.
Oh,
shit,
you
that looks
can go more
crazy.
than 200. Wait, let's hear how this is.
トントンこれでどういこって埋まらない時に曇っちゃって完全主義はスモーキーにこだまする声でめまいとモノトに
I sound like a Vocaloid. I sound like Miku 1.0 trying to speak English.
All right, yeah.
Miku 1.0 speaking English.
Wait, how far can we go?
Oh
1,000.
no,
トン
1,000.
トンこれでどういこって埋まらない時に曇っちゃって完全主義はスモーキーにこだまする声でめまいとモノトに
Oh my god.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's
Done.
yeah,
Wait,
you
and
release
you can
the whole
actually
song
go.
like that.
You can actually go negative too. So more than just 0%, you can, which I'm pretty sure just has the same effect, but like inverted. Hold on. So if I just go like this, and then I,
トン
Oh.
it's probably gonna sound the same.
トントンこれでどういこって埋まらない時に曇っちゃって完全主義はスモーキーにこだまする声でめまいとモノトに
Sad. This is like a sad version of the other one.
Yeah, definitely prefer the other one.
That's funny.
The human laser.
That is so
God.
true.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Deep fried. So yeah, good for memes for sure. So if any of you guys want to get into meme vocal editing, so just Melodyne, great tool, $250 investment to make you sound like
for memes.
Solid.
Oh
All right.
god.
Let's keep going. Oh man, old Deco songs, classic. Anyways,
Yeah, truly.
トントンこれで
all right.
どういこって埋まらない
Dun.
トントン
Let's see if we can get this to sound like a scoop here.
トントンこれでどう
Nah, I think it sounds better if we just mash it.
トントントンこれでどういこって埋まる
I think it's because this is going sharp a little bit here.
The-
Yes. I'll just bring this down here. See if that works.
トントンこれでどういこって埋まらない
Okay,
これでどういこって埋まらない時
and then this one.
I guess the other question, and this might just come from actual experience, is I guess sometimes when I'm going through this, to me, it's like, oh, that sounds really obviously like warbly. And I guess there's like, it's hard for me to know now, at least, what feels like it'll naturally be covered in mix and what's like actually going too far, you know?
I think it's something you kind of get used to. I also, there's a lot of times where it's like, oh, it's too warbly. I kind of have to just get to that stage in the mix and then fix it afterwards if I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. Kind of like, let me see if I can create an example to use here.
Sure.
トントンこれ
Okay, so here
トントンこ
here it still sounds like the note is definitely getting like overshot here. So
Right.
if we like bring this down,
トントンこ
it's like it sounds better, but like I think it's because like the end of the note is still shaky, it's still going off. So like if I did something like this,
トントンこれ
it seems like pretty natural, but then once I start adding in like the inter-note spacing,
トントンこれ
actually that sounds better. I think maybe
Yeah.
the key that will kind of make it sound too warbly is if I start tuning the offset a little too hard. So if I do something like this,
I see.
トントンこれ
there, now you can really hear that kind of like you hear it like fighting against the stretching.
Yeah.
So this is like a level of where it's like, okay, that's too much. I'm gonna just leave the offset off. It's like, okay, it's not perfectly in tune,
But it's
but
more
it's
natural.
So when you hear it kind of starting to rubber band and like crunch like that, I guess, that's kind of where you're like, okay, let me see if I can take a part of the note that's like less important than the body and just move it to where it originally was to make things sound more natural. Yeah. So I think it's like kind of like a knob that you're kind of turning and like dissecting the note and just making sure the core the core meets the minimum amount of tuning needed to get it there, and then like leaving the other parts kind of as they were to keep the natural feel.
Is there a way to see what the note was originally?
Not really. I usually I'll just kind of like, what you can do actually is you can double click on the separation you made. You can like reseparate and like separate and remend, and then it'll kind of put it back to where it was. It's not going to be perfect, but you can use that then to like put it back to like around where the interval between the two would have been, and then drag them back.
Okay, that makes sense.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good question. Really good question. Let's see. Yeah. So let's see. Is there anything else that's kind of sticking out here? Maybe that.
トントンこれでどわいこって埋まらない時にこもっちゃって
Yeah, that's fine. Maybe something like this. Oh, this is supposed to be up here. Okay.
時にこもっちゃって
There we go.
埋まらない時にこもっちゃって完全
Yep, that's right. Nice. Okay. Maybe the Zen, we can just make sure this is centered here. Let's see what this is supposed to be.
主義はスモーキーに
Shugi wa sumoki ni. Okay.
Sumoki.
Sumoki.
完全
It's always a choice because it's like whenever you have words like that, you're like, okay, do I pronounce it as Japanese as possible?
Yeah.
Or do I try to pronounce it like English?
Yeah. You go halfway, you pronounce like half of it, and you're like,
That's literally what I did. I feel like it's like halfway.
No, I know that feeling, honestly. Half the time I'm like, this one sounds cooler in English. This sounds better in Romaji.
Yeah. Actually, though.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a mood. Okay, let's see.
完全主義はスモーキーに
Oh, it's this.
は
Sometimes you'll think it's like one of the like.
Oh,
Oh, actually, that's wrong too. Sometimes you'll think it's like one of the notes on the end, but it'll actually be like the note in the middle that's off. It's just like a mental thing that happens, I think, to me and like other people. Also happens with timing too. Like you'll hear a note and you'll think like it's the beginning or the end that's off, but it's actually like a note in the middle that's slightly off. So just something to keep.
Speaking of timing, you would typically do this after you have timed it, right?
Usually I do tuning first, I'll be honest.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it really matters, but like it's more just that personal preference that I like to listen to the vocals once they're in tune. Like once they're in tune, then I'll like it'll be like, oh, okay, this is already sounding pretty good when I go through timing, because timing's usually a little bit more painstaking.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Plus, you don't have the off vocal in the background on this, so it's like it's not clashing as much, versus if you have the off vocal in the background, or like I should say the timing isn't going to clash so much when you're tuning, but if you're tuning if you're doing it the other way around, like the tuning will clash with the timing and it'll be obvious against the off vocal a little bit more. And sometimes you'll be like, is it wrong because I timed it wrong, or is it wrong because it's like the note's not right yet?
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, you definitely do all this before the other parts of mixing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
持っちゃって完全主義はスモーキーに
Okay. Let's go through here.
完全主義はスモーキーは
Okay, I think we can maybe bring in this tail a little bit more.
完全主義はスモーキーに
Well, yeah, that smoothed out the slide a lot more there. just taking like this in between section and then forcing it into this note and smoothing it out. That was nice. Okay.
Sorry, what do you mean by that? You just mean you split it there, right?
So this is how it was originally. So I split it here, and then I took this middle section that's kind of like this slidey area, and I brought it down to, what is this? The wah, and I just like
and then you smoothed out the middle.
yeah, smoothed out the middle. Something like this. And now it just kind of sounds a little bit more controlled. Versus like beforehand, it was like this. It's kind of like, it's like sliding into it, but here it's like more of a clean kind of stair step, and kind of adds to the feeling of the vocal control there.
I see.
Yeah, small things, but can be helpful. This is also a pretty sharp vibrato here. I'm gonna kind of have to guess where I'd place the middle of this. Okay. Probably something like this, so that like the vibrato is centered on the note on this. There we go. That's good.
I see.
Yeah. Okay, great. And let's go through here. Okay, so these G's are supposed to be here. And then this is probably supposed to be here. Go through, do our splits. Split this here. Split this here. Align, and let's listen. That's supposed to be up there. One of these is supposed to be up there. Okay, there we go. I don't even think that's supposed to go down, is it?
Yeah, no, I think that's right. Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Let's listen. Maybe like this. No, I think that's wrong. What? I feel like this is supposed to... I think it's supposed to do this, yeah. Try this. Oh, I think I know what it is. Split the ko a little bit more. Split this along that. See if that works. And then we'll smooth this out a little bit more. Huh. I feel like the... Oh. I don't know. I'm just kind of... I don't know. I don't know what the pattern actually is here. Huh. I think this is right. Kodama. Wait. Am I cooking? Maybe it's this. No. Well, let's look at what when in doubt, revert it back and try again. All right. Maybe something like this. Maybe. Maybe it's just all supposed to be the same note.
Maybe, yeah.
This sounds the most natural. Or does it? Oh, I think this is actually supposed to be a scoop on the koe.
騙する声でめ
Oh yeah.
Oh.
that
騙
sounds
する
more
声
right.
でめまい
No. There we go. Try this.
こだまする声でめまいと物とに
That sounds more right.
Yeah, let's see if I can get the scoop a little bit better.
こだまする声でめまいと物とに
Yeah, that sounds better. Okay. Let's smooth out the last note a little bit.
と物とに
All right, how do we do this? I think we just have to. Yeah, we just have to send it.
めまいと物とに
Yeah.
でめ
Yeah.
まいと物とに
It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it works. Okay, cool. Oh, this is another yeah section, I feel like.
あいやどっちも選んで
All right, this is just Melodyne messing with you.
Do you would you say you typically
あい
just because I've always been of the like I'm just gonna record everything
Hmm.
even if it repeats because in case I sing it better or like I know some people are like, oh, it sounds more robust if each line sounds a little slightly different. What is your like stance on that?
Well,
Or do you just like I'm just gonna copy and paste as much as I can?
That's a good question. It depends.
Mm.
For like background vocals, like for example, my most recent cover had like this, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I was kind
yeah.
of like, whatever, that's fine. I'll
Right,
copy and paste
sure.
that. But it
Yeah.
also works because I do like a lot of doubles and layers, so it already sounds super layered and like kind of diverse in that sense.
Mm.
But for usually like main melody lines, I usually record all of that stuff. Like for the
Okay.
yeah, I would definitely like record that
Mhm.
record that multiple times. Yeah.
Do you ever like then, you know, if you're doing the same thing, would you go back and check the way that you tuned it the last time?
Oh yeah,
And reference
definitely.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Definitely I'm
Because
like
you don't want it to like tune it differently.
Yeah,
right?
I'll be like, okay, how did I do this? Okay, how did I do it over
Right.
here? Okay. And I'll kind of make like a mental picture. Also, when you do doubles,
Mhm.
like for example, if I had like a double on this line, and you
Mhm.
had the double track like pop up here, in the
Mhm.
$600 version,
The $600 version.
you can
yeah.
like turn on the double that you already tuned, and then you'll see like the
Uh-huh.
blob outlines of the notes you already did, and you're just like, oh, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, and then you can just like it helps like make it go really quickly.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But because I do a lot of doubles, that's why like the other version was pretty much essential for me. But like if you're not
Right.
doing a lot of doubles or tuning a lot of doubles, like or you can just feel pretty confident in like toggling back and forth to reference where the notes are supposed to be, then it's usually fine.
Would you often reference it for harmonies as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. Whenever I'm doing harmonies, I'll like turn them on at the
Mhm.
same time and like make sure the notes are right. And I use that a lot for making
Mm.
harmony guides for myself if I'm like, I don't know what is supposed to be in this section. Like what I'll do is I'll duplicate the track. I'll make an example here.
Mhm.
I'll duplicate the track,
Mhm.
turn it on, and I'll like drag it down.
Mhm.
あいや
And then because like the keys don't always translate like
い
perfectly, you kind of have to do some fudging. Something like this, so.
あいやどっちも選んで
And then it's like, okay, that's what the harmony is. And then I'll record to like,
Ah, yeah,
Use as a guide.
yeah, I'll be like,
あいやどっちも選ん
and
で
then I'll be like, dochimo erande. And then I'll go do my actual recording.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I'll just like export this for myself to record too.
Is that how people usually make artificial harmonies as well?
Yeah, that's exactly how people make artificial harmonies.
Mm, Okay, interesting. I feel like for the artificial harmonies or for harmony guides, though, you'd probably need a little bit more music theory knowledge, though. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. There's like a little bit of like, you need to know like, oh, okay, well that sounds like shit. That's not right.
Right,
Kind of
right.
thing.
Mhm.
And also like it helps to know like, okay, this is probably a third down harmony versus a fifth down harmony versus a third up harmony. Then when you get into like multiple like layers, which is the part I still struggle with, it's like, okay, this is like a fifth down and like a seventh down or something. Like the way all those
Mm,
complex harmonies are structured to get like the specific sounds is always a little bit more tricky.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I think it's doable. I've kind of self-taught my way through it, but
Mhm.
it's not easy. I'm sure I'm
Right.
sure it would have been much more effective for me to just like take a class or like just go on YouTube for a little bit longer and look up the things I actually want to know. But yeah. But oops.
It's okay. Sometimes YouTube is not a super. I feel like I've looked up like, oh, like how to mix things on YouTube, and always the guides are like, I'm like, I don't fucking know how to do that. Like I'm looking at this, like I have no idea what you're saying. Like you're just
you're saying
making up
You're like,
words.
you can tell it sounds better. I'm like, it sounds
Yeah.
exactly the fucking same.
yeah, I'm like, okay, I believe you.
Yeah, you're like, all right, so turn the knob to where it says 7. Got it.
yeah,
If
basically.
If it worked for you, it'll work for me probably.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah. That's so funny. Yeah.
Fancy.
Mixing stuff on YouTube is always kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, hopefully this mixing thing on YouTube is not a miss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's kind of why I ended up asking, like, oh, do you know if there's like a class or something I could take? Because I felt like every time I've tried to do something on YouTube, it's like, I don't understand. Or they'll be like, just take my $7 million class and you'll be an expert in no time. Like, okay, well, that's really not helpful.
It's like, is this going to work? Or it's also like, is this what everyone else uses kind of thing too? You're like,
right.
yeah, getting the confirmation from someone who you know is like doing what you want to do. It's like, okay.
Right.
That's good to know.
Right. Absolutely.
All right, cool. So let's go through and see how this sounds now.
あいやどっちも選ん
Okay, this was not supposed to be down there.
あいやどっちも選んで
Isn't it supposed to be?
えー
Is it? Wait.
あいやどっちも選んで
Nah. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be up here.
あいやどっちも選んで
Ah, there we are.
Oh, yeah.
あいやどっちも
Mo. I think this is supposed to be up here.
Ochimo.
Yeah. Oh, it's supposed to be like this.
あいやどっちも選んで
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Perfect. All right. That
How many
wasn't
times
too
did you
bad.
split that one? Oh, okay, I know. I see it. I see it.
Yeah. It's caught me off guard there. All right. What's this one?
心の根を引き抜いて
Oh,
It's really
yeah.
low.
Yeah, I was about to say like, how'd you hit that?
こ
I don't even know what this note's supposed to be. Wait.
ここ
Did it?
Cool.
Wait, what's it?
ちも壊して
Dojimo go watch that.
ここ
No, wait, the C is not.
Go- go-
Mm.
心の根を引きね
心の根を引き継いで。
こ
I feel like maybe it's supposed to be down here.
こ心の根を引き抜いて
Well, I know this part, but
ねね
Go.
心の
I feel like I don't remember the pattern here. Hold on. Let me listen to the odd vocal real quick here. Okay, Hatsune Miku, how's it supposed to go? Oh shit, that's so loud. Sorry. How's this supposed to go? Oh wait, it's
Right after that.
Oh, here we are. Oh, Coco. Coco. Ah, here we are. Oh, that's down
Oh,
there.
Jesus.
Coco. Coco. No. Ne.
心の根を引き抜いて
There we go. Yay!
Yeah.
And sometimes it's okay not to know, as long as you have a guide. Okay.
True.
Yeah. Here we go. Wow, that's down there.
心の根を引き
There we go.
心の根を引き抜いて
Yay!
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, sometimes you can sing lower than you actually thought you could with the power of Melodyne.
心の根を引き抜いて
Why does it have such a big peak, by the way?
Oh, which one?
It doesn't sound like
Oh.
it has such a big peak.
根を
Oh, it's the it's the Western twang coming in.
It's my cowboy accent.
Yeah. The call of the horses. Oh man. Okay. Anyways, let's see this section too. Peak is actually a cowboy.
That's literally. It's like Doug Dimmadome.
Yeah.
I got like my fucking Dimmadome hat.
What tarnation? Oh, man. That was a good meme. Remember the what in tarnation memes? That was so long
good.
ago. Oh man.
It was a very long time
Good
ago.
times, good times. Bring it back, honestly.
True.
Oh man. Okay.
笑えないくらいがきっと楽しいの
Okay, this is the verse that I was holding back my cowboy so hard. This verse is so hard to not just like slide your voice up and down the entire time. I need a Tomo cowboy Hibana cover. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Oh man. Nar, 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 nar.
It really sounds like that. It really does.
No kind of boot to iron recorder.
So true.
R. Okay, stop.
my
Deco
God.
27 would be disappointed in me.
Maybe this is what they wanted. all
Maybe
along.
this is actually. Maybe this is what he intended when he wrote this. He was like, I can't wait for someone to do a cowboy cover of this. Imagine how disappointed he's been. They've been actually doing it.
He's been waiting
Yeah.
this whole time, and no one's come through.
Yeah. Maybe this is my time to get noticed. They're like, finally, my dreams have come true.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Deco senpai
it
noticed.
really took the America to America. Yeah. America. Okay, let's cowboy this.
笑えないくらい
Let's lasso this. Let's lasso this rodeo.
Oh no, the cowboy memes.
笑えないくらいがきっと楽しいの
Well, that's pretty good actually.
きっと楽しいのもっとちゃんとと
One tarnation.
Tarnation beat.
のもっとちゃんとと
Oh, this is actually supposed to be here. This could be wherever the heck it wants to be. Okay.
もっとちゃんとと
Oh, maybe not. Maybe that can't be wherever it wants to be.
もっとちゃんとと
Oh,
ちゃん
Oh, it's supposed to be down here.
yeah.
もっとちゃんととかし
Ooh.
もっとちゃんとと
Oh, yeah, there we go. Try that.
ちゃ
Try that.
もっとちゃんととかしてよ
Wow, that worked. I'm a bit surprised.
笑えないくらいがきっと楽しいのもっとちゃんととかしてよ未完成だって何度でも言うんだ
Whoa, what the fuck?
One tarnation.
Truly one tarnation.
未完成だってなんだ
This is after the key change, right? Because I'm pretty sure we changed key from beforehand. Or did we?
Yeah.
どでも
Maybe not.
終わんない笑えないく
Never
らい
mind, I'm dumb. The key
Not
change
yet,
is
not
later.
yet, not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
がきっと楽しいのもっと未完成だってな
So in this case, you might want to reference the previous one, right? Because it'd be kind
Yeah.
of similar.
I basically just peek back. I'm like, okay, the pattern looks about right, and then I'll just
Mhm.
squeeze back to over here.
Mm.
There's not an easy, efficient way to peek back and be like, oh, these were the exact notes without remembering it with your brain.
Right.
Unfortunately, so I kind of just peek back and I'm like, okay, I'm in the right ballpark.
のもっとちゃんと溶かしてよ未完成だって何度でも言うんだ
What's going on here? Ah.
だって何度でも
What's going on? Ah.
だって何度で
Is this supposed to be up here?
だって何度でも
No. It's supposed to be down here.
だって何度でも言うんだ
Let's get this scoop a little bit more controlled here.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ
Oh, yeah, something
何度でも言う
there we go.
何度でも言うん何度でも言うんだ
Yeah, scoop can be a little bit over there.
何度でも言うんだ
Ah, we gotta spiky boy this. Probably.
何度でも言うんだ
And then smooth it over a little bit and maybe spiky boy this just a little bit.
何度でも言うんだ
Maybe not that much.
No.
Something like this maybe.
何度でも言うんだ
Why is it so... Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe these are supposed to be the same note.
何度でも言うんだ
Amory!
Amory?
Thank you for the raid.
Oh, yo! Thank you for the raid! Let's go!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Welcome,
Thank
Yakama.
you.
Welcome.
Welcome. Y'all ready to learn some tuning? Some Melodyne?
Some Melodyne.
Good old Melodyne.
A good old Melodyne.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I want to learn tuning. This is a really awesome stream to learn it.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much. My brain is expanding.
Boom.
But it does cost you $250.
Yeah.
There's a fair warning. There is a cost.
Yeah,
It's not
there
free.
is, unfortunately.
You do have to buy Melodyne, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not sponsored, by the way. Melodyne, please sponsor us.
Yes. Yo, wait, yo! Yo! Hey,
Melodyne, I
yo!
just paid $250 for this. Please sponsor
Yo,
me.
wait, that would have been crazy. Wait, I should do that
Melodyne
for the next one.
Wait, just send an email to Melodyne.
Yeah. Actually, wait, I can't believe we didn't think of that. Could have saved us $250.
We could have
Saved you $250. Mine's long gone.
Yours is. I could have gotten the $700 ones. You don't know.
Yeah. True. Could have saved you $700. That would have been crazy.
$700.
Yeah.
But no, this is a tuning learning stream. So we take the raw vocals and we make them sound like I know how to sing. It's great.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
It's so good. It's great. The power of science, really.
Truly, technology has never been so good.
Mm-hmm. And for those who want to follow along, Liora has graciously volunteered the vocals used in this track to be posted in the description.
Raw ass out of the. So we're gonna add it. Well, I can do it now, actually.
Oh yeah.
So if people want to like buy it and boot it up, like
right now,
today,
yeah, I could actually put it in the description live right now.
Okay, wait. Let me.
Once you make the link public.
I have to make a folder.
Yeah.
So,
Let me know when it's ready. Yeah.
Tomo.
But Emery, if you are interested in learning also other parts of mixing too, feel free to let me know. We could do something like this for like timing or other parts of mixing if you.
Oh my god, I would love a timing one. So if you guys want to do a timing one, I'll be in there taking notes.
Oh, I'm so down for that. Yeah. Be super fun. It's great to follow along.
So many aspects to mixing. Like there's timing, tuning, and then there's actually the mixing itself. And there's just like, I feel like it's all very technical and there's not a lot of really good resources out there. So this is like really awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it still is hard, but with enough time and enough guidance, hopefully you too can learn how to be an awesome mixer. Okay, where's the description for this video? I closed the link on accident. Let's go to the studio here. How do I do this again?
Professional streamer. This person has been streaming for like 5 years, by the way.
5 years? No, not 5 years.
Okay,
thank God.
4 years?
Yeah. Luckily not. All right. Feel if you are are interested in the vocals used for this stream, please feel free, or I should say, Liora has graciously provided them
You
below.
don't have to write that.
them for use below.
Yeah. Although you will get that weird audio distortion bit in there. Sorry, so you won't have a perfect final.
Yeah,
but it'll be good for you guys to follow along and hear that there's a part in there that has audio distortion.
Yeah.
It's be aware of that.
Makes it very very real. Very real. All right, cool. Okay. Let's see.
Back to the
verse. Where are we at?
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ No
Wait, sorry, which one did you compress? You compressed
Oh god.
Oh, I see which one you compressed.
I don't remember.
You put the yunda.
Oh yeah. I pushed these two together because we had it like down here, like you, and that was wrong.
And then you spikied it a little bit, right, to tame it.
Did I spiky? Yes, they're both spikied like 91%.
You spikied the second one as well?
Yeah, I spikied them both.
Why did you spiky the second one?
I think it was just kind of left over from when I was trying to do it here. It was not intentional, but it sounded fine, so I kept it.
Oh, okay. I see. Because I know earlier you said that you typically leave like the end bit of a sound like sort of open.
Yeah. I think this one's like an so it's like it doesn't really have an end bit, so it's like I'm just kind of spiking the whole thing too. Should work fine for this. Also, it's so small, it's hard to separate out.
And for this bit, the like kan part is like especially warbly.
Yes. I think this is...
what would be the best solution for that one?
Let's try a spiky boy and see if that works. But that might be too much. Yeah, it kind of sounds... I have it at 60%.
I think that sounds a little bit
better. Maybe do 75%?
Oh yeah, that sounds a little better, I think.
Yeah.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ
Okay, I think that works. Okay. Cool. And then we'll clean up this section. Split, drag. Oh, this one looks like it needs some splitting here. And this one needs some splitting too. Everything else looks like it should be okay. This is probably... we'll see. 脳を空振った愛の中で Okay, let's try that again. 脳を空振った愛の中でで
Hmm.
でか
Oh, there we are. That's where it's supposed to be.
脳を空振った愛の中で
Oh yeah, that's definitely right.
Definitely. All right, let's... Yeah, this seems about right here.
脳を空振った愛の中で
Cool.
I sounds a little weird, but not too
脳を
bad.
空振った
Yeah.
Oh, but
I think I see what you mean. Yeah. Let's just take a closer peek at this. I see what's going on here. So I'll revert it. I think it's because it's got this scoop going on. So like if we split it and maybe actually like commit to the scoop, maybe that'll make it better. Nope. What about like this? Oh wait, this has potential.
Oh,
yeah, I think that might
that's
be
good.
it.
Yeah, we'll kind of artificially create this scoop here, but it'll sound good.
Okay.
I see. And that one you split that separate section that wasn't split before.
Chop it off and then,
I see.
kind of like split
and then
into
you lowered it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Wow. How much is on track 2? Oh shit, there's a lot.
Oh, it's a lot. So we don't have to do the whole thing. I think we can just go through track 1 and then track 2 can be homework. People can
track 2
try to do that on their own.
Yeah, exactly. No answers will be provided, but
no. But it would be cool to see, like, you know, people like how they try it, and maybe if they don't understand or something, they can leave questions in the comments.
Yeah, leave questions in the comments. By the way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications for more mixing content.
True.
I need to be put
So
down.
true.
Holy cow. Okay, anyways.
That way we can get our Melodyne sponsorship.
Yeah, make sure to drop Liora, not on this stream, but on her stream. Drop her 250 to refund for that Melodyne. Don't drop it on my stream because it's gonna go into my pocket and it's not gonna go to her.
Recoup my losses.
Oh yeah. At 50K, we'll do like a Melodyne giveaway.
Melodyne giveaway is crazy.
That's a joke for all intents and purposes.
Oh my god, that's so
Oh
funny.
man. Oh god. That's actually big brain. That's big brain.
Giga brain even. I mean, this is why we need the Melodyne sponsorship.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
they could give away
Yeah.
a key.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For all those potential, mixers out there who want to
Exactly.
That's where it's at.
It's big brain. All right. Cool. Yeah, and on those next work streams I'm doing next week that I haven't posted about yet, you can work on this as your homework during those work streams.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Big brain.
True.
Yeah, big if true.
And then
if
you can
big.
ask Toma questions live
Yeah,
while he's working.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like
More incentive to hang out in his stream while he's doing his work streams.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the content grind set
Content
here.
farm.
Yeah. Content farm.
Oh no, we're back at the cowboy memes. It always comes back to the cowboy memes.
Oh
This is the most country stream
no.
yet.
It really, it's always back to the countryside.
Always.
It always comes back home.
Country road.
You take me home. Yeah. Oh, you should have done Country Roads as the song
Oh,
instead.
you know what? That's what we
Oh.
should have done. You're so right. You're so
How-
right.
I mean, but how would we have
Missed
known?
opportunity.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
why we don't have the Melodyne sponsorship.
Yeah. If we had that, we totally would have gotten that sponsorship.
They would
no
totally
problem.
sponsor it.
Dang it. We were so close.
So for this last bit here, question.
Mhm. Yes.
I mean, it is 2 syllables, but is there an instance where you would see that sort of waveform and be like, I'm just gonna crunch it with the spiky guy?
Oh, like this here?
Yeah, like if it's like that crazy.
Let's see what it is.
Can I,
Maybe it's 2 syllables.
maybe not crunch this much, but
can I,
oh, well, actually, no, because they're different notes.
Different notes. I guess that's why it
oh,
looks so
yeah.
crazy.
But like, if I were to crunch this, I might. It might be okay.
no, can I,
Oh, yeah.
But what I would do is I would take off the end first, and then I would crunch this section. So like the end is still natural,
no, can I,
and then maybe blend it together a little bit more.
no, can I,
It's still not ideal.
I see. Okay, I see.
can I,
Yeah, it could be better. It's still pretty rubber bandy. So there might be a better
Yeah.
way to approach this here, but there are cases where it might come up like that. But yeah, what I would probably do on first instinct here is just separate this out and then boom, and then smush.
no, can I,
And that sounds probably a little more natural there. Maybe get this going here.
Did you cut that in the middle of the peak?
Let's see, what did I do? I cut it like this, like right at the low point, like kind of where it's like an inflection point. If you remember,
Oh, I see.
if you remember calculate.
No, I was referring to the one on the left of that. But yeah, I see where you cut it.
Yeah.
It's like where the dip is.
Exactly. Where the rate of change is the greatest is where the derivative is the highest, and that is where it is best to. Yeah.
so
Anyways, no, but actually, there is some truth to that. Like the point where the note is shifting the fastest is likely the part where you'll get the most transparency if you cut at that spot. So calculus was not a lie. That was not
True.
bait.
It was not.
yeah.
Yeah.
so no, can,
No, can I? There we go, like this. There we go.
so no, can I,
Okay, this maybe if we just make it not go down as much will be good.
そんなわけないや
What about like this?
ないや
What about
わ
big brain this?
けないや
Mm.
けないや わ
Uh,
けないや
no. Okay, let's revisit this. How do we... Okay, so this is clearly this part here. This is here. Split it at the mountain here. Keep some of this.
けないや
And then smooth that a little bit more.
けないや
Ah, there we go. Okay, there it is. That's fine.
あいやそんなわけないや
You can kind of hear it, like the thing, but it also just sounds like vocal texture in a way. So like
Right,
it's
right.
hidden. Yeah. Big brain, big brain.
And that one you did smooth out the in between quite a lot. Right?
Yeah, I basically kind of just did it to taste. Because if I go too far,
あいや
you can hear the rubber banding a lot. But if I do too little,
あいや
you can hear the shake a little too much. So like right in the middle here,
あいや
you can hear a bit of the shake and also a bit of the a bit of both.
けないや
There we are. Yeah, that's where it's supposed to be. You hear a bit of the shake, but you don't hear too much of the rubber band. It's like
Right.
that perfect middle point. Cool. All right. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is, we learned from our past.
そう
It's supposed to be
No.
down here.
Oh yes, it's really down there.
Yeah. We have learned. Okay. Let's take a listen here. Maybe see if there's stuff to split. Yeah, this is probably two different notes here. This is probably a scoop. This is maybe two different notes, but could also just be drift. This is probably scoop. Okay, let's listen here.
その頭を その頭
This might be a good case for the wavy tool here. To like never mind, it doesn't wanna slide. There we go. So make it a little bit more flat. Maybe this one also wavy tool on.
Sorry, wavy tool you go down on or up? On?
Down. Up will also make it more drastic or more dramatic with like the peaks.
It's also not working really for me.
Yeah, you have to drag it down a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one you have to.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but it's more transparent than the Spiky Boy.
その頭を打ちその頭をその頭を
What? Maybe it's supposed to be here.
その頭を
Well, this is a great case to reference the previous one.
心の根を
All right. So D sharp, E flat. So 2 2 1 1 is kind of the pattern here. So 2
D sharp, E
1
flat.
1.
た
And then it goes up here. Okay.
ば
間を打ち抜いて. Okay, so it just jumps.
その頭を打ち抜い
This is here.
頭を打ち抜いてその頭を打ち抜いて
Try that.
頭を打ち抜いて
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, that
let's see
sounds
if we
pretty
can
good.
adjust the atama wo uchinuite part a little bit more. Why does it look like that, guys? Ah, that's why. Okay. So these are all supposed to be here. Try this. So sometimes if you accidentally click on this like bar up here, you will generate like a loop.
Yeah.
And then it will play everything within the loop over and over.
その頭
And I don't know how to get rid of it. So what I do is I just drag it off to a part that I'm not listening to. It doesn't affect the export at all, but I'll just...
You can't like double click it or something?
Oh, shit. You're right. I never thought to try that. Oh, well, that makes things easier.
How many years?
You truly do learn something new every day.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Well,
man.
I'm glad that worked. I wasn't sure if it would, but
You're like, can't you just? Oh, huh? I never thought of that.
I think that's how you do it in Reaper too. That's why.
Oh, that's how you get rid of it in Reaper. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Today I learned.
You know what? This is a knowledge exchange.
Yeah.
Okay?
It wouldn't be the first law of alchemy,
very
equivalent
fair,
exchange. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I gain some, you gain some.
Yeah. Equivalent exchange.
I'm glad I could contribute.
Yeah, Edward L. What the fuck is his name? Edward Elwork. Yeah. Edward Elwork.
Whatever the fuck his name.
Whatever the fuck the short shit. That guy taught me this.
Short shit. That's crazy. Edward stands are gonna be coming after you.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. I can take him. They're all probably short like him too.
That's true. That's funny.
All right. Okay, keep going. Smooth recovery off
その
that.
頭を打ち抜いて
Okay.
頭を打ち
This one might be a case of it just had to be moved very drastically, so it's just gonna sound like crunchy no matter how it's handled. Yeah.
頭を打ち抜いて
But there's recovery, so it's fine. Yeah.
その頭を打ち抜いて
Maybe we can get this to be a little bit more smoothed out. If I split it differently.
頭を
Is it supposed to be down here?
打ち
I actually don't know if it's supposed to be uchi or uchi or mao. Oh, I think it. No. I think it's supposed to be up.
It should be right.
Yeah. Eh,
頭を打ち抜いて
that's fine.
打ち抜いて
Oh, here's the key change. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where this ooh is supposed to be. Not gonna lie. It's probably right.
打ち
Oh,
抜
that
い
sounds really wrong.
て
Yeah, I don't know.
その頭を打ち抜いて、打ち抜いて。
Oh, maybe it's supposed
I
to.
think something like that.
Yeah.
抜いて打ち抜いて
We might have to reference the original.
Yeah, we're gonna have to phone a
This
friend
one's-
here. Hatsune Miku.
Phone a friend. Yeah, this one's a little
Yeah.
question mark.
Yeah. All right, Miku to the rescue. How does this part go? Where are we? We're near the last chorus. That song's so good.
Is there a way to tell what the timestamp is where we are, by the way? I know it says 82. Is that 82 seconds?
No. This 82 bars. I have no idea, actually. I feel like there should be a way.
No. I know. I feel like there should be a way.
There should be a way. 135. I don't know. I feel like there should be a way, but I don't know.
That's okay.
This is an answer.
Maybe
for,
someone in chat will know.
Maybe chat. Yeah, chat to the rescue. Chinuite.
で
Chinuite.
で打ち抜いて
Oh, I guess that's right.
打ち抜いて打ち抜いて
Oh, yeah, that should be fine. Oh, this song is so good. I forgot how good this song is. Man, maybe I should cover this too.
You should.
Yeah, cowboy version.
No, not the cowboy version.
Yeah. Also, yeah, for those just tuning in, this is Liora. She is another fellow VTuber. Yeah. That she wants to learn tuning. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's really all I know.
I guess I should introduce. I didn't introduce myself ever, but Leo Ha, hello. This is my corporate introduction. Leo Ha, hello everyone. My name is Liora I from VNU's first generation Symphoria. I am the most say-so and young VTuber. Period. Thank you. Hello.
Period,
Nice to meet you.
Yep. Nice to meet you too. Man. Honestly, fair. I felt that. Okay. Yeah.
We all gotta have a corporate intro.
Yeah. I ditched mine a long time ago. Once I was freed from the chains.
The shackles.
The
The
shackles.
shackles of corpo.
Yeah. Leoha. Yeah. Man, wait, Leoha. What's the ha supposed to be? Like Ohio.
It's supposed to be so. A lot of Korean streamers will do like the first letter, or like in the Korean alphabet, their first letter is the first syllable of their name, and then do ha for hello, and then or like hi, and then when they leave, they usually do ba as in bye.
Oh.
So it would be like Leoha or Leo ba, but I don't do Leo ba. I just do Leoha because it sounds like that, but it also kind of sounds like aloha.
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting. It like has like this kind of aloha vibe to it. Yeah.
So I feel like it kind of
It feels
either way
natural.
sounds like a greeting.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Wait, so your outro is Leo Ba?
It's not. It's
Okay,
not.
okay.
But technically, in like the Korean streaming space, that is the almost 90% of all streamers will do it that way. It's like you take the so you would be like Tomo ha, and then your goodbye would be Tomo ba. Like that is just. It's kind of like how Japanese streamers usually have like a kon blank and then like a otsu blank or something otsu.
I feel like
right?
I like
it's just like
Tomoha
that.
better than Kontomo, but it's too late
Yeah,
to change that.
well, hey, it's your stream. You can change whatever you want.
I guess that's
but
true.
honestly, Tomoha also sounds a little bit like
Aloha.
like a Leoha. Yeah, like a aloha.
I mean, it's got-
like it sounds like a greeting.
It's got the assonance there, like the
Yeah.
Tomoha.
Yeah. It's quite nice.
It's not like I don't know. What's like one where it probably wouldn't sound as smooth. I can't think of anything.
Maybe like if your name is like Kazu, like Kazuha.
Yeah,
is a little
Kazuha.
weird.
I was like, isn't like the guy from Genshin Impact?
Yeah, he would just be the guy. Yeah, so that's why it'd be a little weird.
Windblade. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong guy.
Literally.
Fallen leaves.
Yeah.
Adorned my night. How do you know
That's crazy. Oh my god, the voice actor for Kazuha is right next to us. Chat.
Yeah.
He's here in the room with us.
Genshin Impact. They don't say that.
They should though.
Yeah, on the opening screen, Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact.
Mhm. like Azure Lane. They have
Yeah. Akunaitsu. Yeah, and then they show feet or whatever.
True.
Yeah, that's what Genshin Impact's missing.
Yeah,
Both of those.
feet.
Yeah, clearly.
True.
Anyways,
true.
yeah.
Anyways,
Sidetracked. Sorry, back to mixing. Oh,
back to
man.
mixing. All right, key change.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
now
yeah.
all of our stuff will be a little bit messed up, right? Like we can't use the rules that we were using
One
before.
night-
Is that true?
I think so. We'll have to go by Hatsune Miku.
Okay.
I actually don't think it's key changed yet. I think it's later.
Oh, okay.
Maybe?
It sounds different.
I think it's the same.
Maybe not.
Based on the notes.
Yeah, maybe not.
One night,
Yeah, I think it's the same for now. So we should be okay. I think it's
Okay.
later. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's split here and take a look.
one night I will die to taku. Die.
There we go.
One night I will die to taku nai no. Mottoちゃん。もっとちゃん
This is the toe is probably cut off.
と。
Oh wait, never mind.
One night I will die to taku nai no. もっとちゃんとファンにしてよ。
Oh, I guess that works too. This one we can probably split to get this one up here. Funny shiteo. Get the she on that note there.
ないの。もっとちゃんとファンにしてよ。
Oh, that sounds solid. Okay, great. This is probably supposed to be up here. Split this one so we can center this a little bit better. Take a look through here.
いないいないバーで演じて
Oh, ba. Oh my god, it's like the outro.
て
Bah.
て
Okay.
いないいないバーで演じてほしいの。
Question for these ones that you are splitting and putting together. Just this is I'm sure you answered this earlier, but just like as a refresher because I don't remember.
No, that's great. That's great.
You know how we haven't touched the yellow lines very much recently. Is that just because it's already stable as is, so you don't feel the need to smooth those out?
Exactly. They're pretty close. So like I'm moving this one and it's locking in, but it's like it's close enough. If it were more like this, I would maybe like smooth it out so it's like not as steep.
I see.
Yeah. So the rate of change, the derivative is less.
I see. True.
Yes.
So if the more it changes, the more you're gonna want to try to like smooth that out a little bit. Is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay.
Actually,
Cool.
Gotcha. Know where this note's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be. Oh, it is supposed to be up here. Yeah. All right, let's try that. Maybe it's supposed to be here. I think it's actually supposed to be down here. So this one is tricky. This toe, that's kind of like a flick. I'm just gonna assume like this little end spot here is where the note actually is landing, and then I'm just gonna drag the blob so that lands in the A range here. And that actually worked. Okay, great. This looks like prime scoop territory on the ko. Never mind, it's not prime. It's definitely opposite of prime. This is we want to unscoop this, flatten that as much as possible. Okay, try that. Yeah, that's better. And then split this so we can actually like tighten up the ta here.
Sorry, and when you're tightening it up, what is it that you're doing with the tightening?
No, basically I'm like splitting it so that like this lands, so I can actually control where like this ta lands. Because before it was just kind of mashed into the same note. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, you're not like actually like using the spiky thing or anything.
Using it metaphorically, tightening.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
English is hard. This I probably don't need to yellow line too much here. Yeah, that's fine. We could also crunchy it a little bit, maybe to like 80%. Nope, never mind, we can't. Sometimes you can get away with crunching it a little bit and still getting it to sound in tune, or not in tune, sorry, but
less T-pain.
Yeah, less T-pain, but this was a little too T-pain. Okay. Okay, we're getting close here. Yeah, I'm just gonna guess that this is supposed to be here. It's kind of hard to tell here, but based on our rule from earlier and the pattern, it seems like things are landing around this C sharp, B, and then A. So just try to get everything around that ballpark and then move in between those three notes if they sound wrong. This we might have to spiky boy a little bit.
Sorry, can you explain why you spiky boyed that one?
It was just a little too shaky because this is a da. So I'm like,
I
make
see.
it a little bit more flat. I think we can spiky it a little bit more. Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That's good. Also, yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully the stream was very, very productive and helpful for anyone who is heading out around this hour. It is getting quite late for some in later time zones. Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay.
How much did you can I see how much percentage you spiked to that one?
62 is where I got it.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, this one. There's the te. The te went missing. It was mashed into this, but that should be good now. That sounds good. Maybe fix the mo a little bit more here. Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah,
that's close enough. just kind of preemptively snap these where they probably are supposed to go.
からぶ脳からぶたいの
Ooh, what's going on here?
からぶた
It's my country twang.
Welcome home, country roads.
脳からぶた
Hmm.
はい
Hmm.
の中
This one we might just have to kind of guesstimate because I don't think we can get it to
Okay.
land on the actual note. Maybe.
Oh.
脳からぶた脳からぶたい
Well,
I think it's kind of working.
脳からぶたいの中で
Yeah. Sounds like it's in the right ballpark. Maybe.
脳からぶたいの中で
It's probably okay.
脳からぶたいの
Oh,
中で
that sounds worse.
脳からぶたいの
We had it up here before.
脳からぶたいの中で
Actually, that's probably fine. Just keep it kind of floating around nebulously here. It's you can't really control the country. If there's one thing I've learned.
you can't rein in that cowboy.
Yeah. You can't rein in that cowboy. There's one thing I learned. You can never rein in a cowboy.
You can take a cowboy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of a
cowboy.
cowboy.
Cowboy can rein you in, but you can never rein in a cowboy. All right. What's going on here?
笑えないく
Wait,
らい
let me open the door for my cat. She's screaming. Give me one second.
Welcome back, Cat. Noting that, yeah, important. Take notes on the cowboy. You can never rein in the cowboy, but the cowboy can always rein you in. Puts you in your place. All right, let's see what's going on in this section. Actually, I'll wait for Liora to give it. Oh, she's back.
Okay.
All right, welcome
I'm
back.
back.
All right, this section looks like we're getting some classic. This one's a little too sharp, so
笑えないくらいがきっと楽しい
never mind. I lied. It's because it's in a different key. So this is the key change.
のもっとちゃん
Oh.
So now everything that was on the C sharp is now on the
Uh-oh.
D here. But the pattern should be
Ah.
roughly the same still. Should
Sure.
still have like that gap in the middle between the notes, and then it should be like these three here. The main.
Right.
笑
All right. Oh, song's so good. Deco
It's
really
such a
hit
good
it.
song.
Old Deco hits
Every
different.
time.
Yeah,
It
it
does.
really does. Oh, okay.
笑えないくらいがきっと楽しいのもっとちゃんと投下してよ
Wait, that was perfect. I didn't need to do anything there, basically.
Yippee!
Yippee!
みかみみみ
I don't fucking know. What'd I do over here?
Is it all the way
This is
down
probably
there?
fine.
みか
No, that's probably.
みみか
Was there an
Mikan-
earthquake just now? Wait, what the fuck? Wait, give me a second.
Wait, Earth?
1 second. Earthquake. I have to always check. This would be the second time that I've had a freaking earthquake happen while I was.
Oh. Does
I heard like a-
happen. Does happen.
Yeah, I heard like a gunk and then it like shook a bit.
Oh,
so
wait, that's a big one.
I'm having an earthquake right now. Yeah, it's happening. Yeah.
Oh,
earthquake.
Shit. Earthquake. Wait, is it big?
Yeah, that's it wasn't that big, but I live in an apartment building, so when there's an earthquake,
Oh.
it actually makes a sound.
Oh,
So I heard the sound.
what?
It was actually really scary because when I was in the hallway and I just heard like a gong, 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 and I was like, what is happening? And then it started
That's-
shaking.
That's
I was like, "What? I gotta get inside."
scary.
But it's like,
Holy-
I think it's because the building was built really well to sustain earthquakes, so that's why it
it
makes
actually,
a sound as opposed to moving.
as opposed to like breaking and falling apart.
Right. So it just made like a gunk sound, and I thought my cat had jumped, but I was like, wait, there's no cat in my room, and then. shook, so.
That
But it wasn't that big, I don't think.
okay, that's good. Yeah, honestly, I feel like I've slept through the past X amount of earthquakes that have ever happened.
They usually happen like really early in the morning. So
Yeah. Or like there was one that happened while I was at work in like the middle of a meeting, but I was so locked in because I was like presenting that I just didn't notice it at all. It's like
everyone was like panicking and Toma just keeps presenting.
Or I guess like it wasn't very obvious in the building or something.
Sure.
But like later on, people were like, "Did you feel that earthquake at like noon or whatever?" And I was like, "No, I was like locked in at that time." It's like I was presenting to our VP. I couldn't do anything there. My brain was locked in.
You
on
had no
one
time
thing.
for earthquakes. Business.
Yeah, business first.
The shenaniganery.
Exactly. All right. Cool. Anyways, cool.
Anyway,
Earthquake
break over.
Earthquake hiatus over. Yeah, back to work.
未完成だってなんだ
It's probably supposed to be
One down.
未完成だってなんてん未完成だってなんもう
There we are.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ
Oh, there we go. Okay.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ
This is maybe.
何度でも言うんだ
Ooh, this might be a scoop candidate.
何度でも言うんだ
Oh, yeah. There we go.
何度でも言うんだ
Maybe not that much of a slide, but.
何度でも言うんだ
Oh, there we go. That's solid.
未完成だって何度で
Try that.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ
That works.
脳からぶっ
Let's do some splitting here. Now you can see the pattern kind of come in. This is probably country roads, and then this is probably supposed to be a little bit of a here. Something like this, maybe?
脳から舞台のた
Warbly.
Yeah, something. The country is really, is really singing.
Countrying.
脳から舞台
This is the right note. Maybe it's the slide. There we are.
脳から舞台の
We're gonna come back. We're gonna revisit this here really quickly. So I think this is the bulk of it.
No.
And this is just country here, so we can ignore that.
脳から舞台
This is also getting country pretty hard, but we might need to rein it in, yeah, as much as you can.
脳から舞台
And then let's see what's going on here.
脳から舞台
No, I think this, yeah.
脳から舞台の中で
There we go.
脳から舞台の中で
Okay. Yeah, we're getting there. Tune this down, smooth it out.
脳から舞台の中で
There we go. Yeah, I think that works. So yeah, the key takeaway from this segment is like this. No is like, remember this. Yeah, it's the country. You can't rein in the country.
Is that like a case where maybe I would just opt to re-record it to be less wobbly? You think?
Potentially, yeah. I think in this case,
No.
I think in this case it's fine. But if you wanted to take it differently, like Melodyne also helps you realize some of your vocal habits. Like, oh,
Right.
I'm really like shaking on this one. So like but it doesn't always tell you how to fix them. So
Right.
At least you can help recognize and try different things. But I don't think you should be like the moment you kind of start thinking too much about your pitch and you're like, no, like then you'll start sucking the life out of your singing too. So you need
that's
it's hard to
true.
find the middle ground. But I think when it comes to wobbling, like it's not most expected, but like the lip trills definitely help with like taming the country one wobble at a time.
Okay, I'll definitely have to put that into practice.
Yeah. It's not what you would intuitively think though. Where you're like, oh, I'm singing wobbly. I'm too much in the country. All right, time to do some lip
Right.
trills. Like,
Right. I mean, I definitely, when I was recording, I had a conscious thing where I was like, oh shit, I think I'm being too country. I mean, I didn't really know what that meant, but I could tell that I was like doing the thing like with my voice too much.
Now you can tell, like, it's like, okay, I'm gonna crack a little less on this. I'm gonna like, okay, I cracked on
Yeah.
that on accident. Now I'm gonna retake that kind of thing.
Right. Right.
But it's good to experiment too, and like you can throw like multiple things into Melodyne and see kind of like what looks the best or what you like the most too.
Right.
Like post tuning, and it's a good exercise for sure. All right, cool.
未完成 みだって何度でも言うんだ
Wait, is this a different key change? I forget. Is this one of those 2 key change? No, it's the same one. Okay.
未完成だって何度でも
Sometimes I just like,
だ
I don't know how to phrase it, like stutter through it to also just like check each of the notes as I'm going. It's another valid strategy.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ
We'll split this off so we can kind of like treat the vibrato separately. Vibrato is probably where I use the squiggly tool the most. I'll just kind of like move it around to like get that vibrato centered up a little bit more, up or down, just kind of whatever works. It looks like I think I went up 156 or something on this. Maybe tame this a little bit by spiking it down. All right, let's check this out.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ脳からぶ
And then
You know, in that instance just now where that first half of that last held note
yeah.
is a little wobbly just by human error, is that something that you would fix at all? And if so, would you fix that in Melodyne?
Let me listen again.
でも言うんだ
It's not very noticeable, so I wouldn't, but you could just a little bit of spiky boy and a little bit of wobble to make it like flat.
って何度でも言うんだ
You just do a little bit of that and then maybe blend it together a little
No.
bit more.
言うんだ
But I definitely chopped off the onset for this.
脳から舞台の中で
And that, like, for example, say that I had a note that was like kind of like that, but a little more extreme where it was, I'm holding a note, but I'm just not doing it very well. And so it's a little wobbly. Is that something you would use the spiky or the wavy one to fix that? Or is that one of those, like, you're going to go into the, like, when you go into mixing, you're going to like hold that note and extend it. You know what I mean?
Oh, usually that'd be Melodyne side. So
Okay.
if it's like what usually happens also with some of these notes is like they'll drift and be kind of like this, and then I'll use like the wavy tool to correct it first, and then the spiky boy to like tame it, tame the little wiggles. Like the wavy tool helps with like kind of the drift going up or down. Usually it's going down, and then the spiky boy just helps with like the little corrections you need to do in there.
Right. Okay, that's really good to know.
Yeah. Cool. I think we're.
But typically, you only do it if it's like super noticeable, right?
Yeah. If it sounds fine, especially because I'm always putting auto tune after it anyways, and it's gonna kind of get rid of that. I usually don't care, but it does help. Yeah.
That makes sense.
未完成だって何度でも言うんだ脳からぶ
Oh, this one's probably fine. I think the O is kind of flicking up to where it should be, so that's good.
脳からぶ
But we could, to be safe, split and squish it together a little bit more here.
脳から舞台の中で
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Wait, can you explain what you did just now?
Yeah. So it was kind of drifting up, and it didn't quite feel perfect with it drifting up, so I split it, and then I centered,
I see.
and then I dragged this up to be a little closer to it. Not
just
like
to be a little bit
snapping it.
closer.
Yeah, and then I did the yellow line.
So typically you would do that for things that seem
it's kind of like a flick, but like
okay.
Yeah, it's not like
too strong.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't want to like, because it's like it's basically just all going one direction. I don't want to just like compress it all down with a spiky boy. So I want to kind of keep still like that pattern of the trend. So that's why I split it, and like I just decreased the total distance that that flick is moving, and then smoothed it out with the tool to like kind of just keep it centered within that A sharp B flat range.
Because so that's because otherwise it's like kind of going off tune too much.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Like even if I landed like the main like body of it, enough of it is out of the note that I want to like keep more of it within that note range.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. We can split this one off because it's like a little bit of a wobble there. Keep it flat, and let's check it out. Oh, I don't know what this note's supposed to be. Oh, it's probably supposed to be here.
That sounds right.
Yeah. There we are. Oh, perfect. There's still a little bit of something going on here, so let's see if we can get some of these artifacts out. It's probably right here. It's probably fine there. Okay. Cool. That's it. Congratulations.
Yippee!
You now know how to tune.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh my god, I feel like I learned so much.
That's good. I feel like I learned so much too. I can now get rid of the loops that I accidentally have been making this whole time. Holy cow.
I'm glad I could help. Wait, but what yours is inverted from mine. Wait, how did that happen?
Inverted?
Do that note right on the 112?
This?
Yeah, is mine goes straight down.
Oh, so this is what it was like as a blob. So I split here, and then I split here, and then I split here, because this is the toe.
Yeah.
And then this is a wobble, and then these two are the I know.
Right.
So yeah, you kind of split it so you have the and the o. Oh, e here. You. Yeah. So yeah, this is up here, and it's taking a dive for the country and then coming back for the ai.
Okay, I see. I think I just probably split it in a different place than you did.
Yeah. That might be.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Cool. All right.
Yay, we did
Yay!
it! Yippee!
I'm hopefully this is helpful not only to just you but also those in chat. And
yeah,
for those,
I'm sure a lot of people will be able to reference this, even like the VOD later to learn.
Yeah, VOD gamers, hopefully too. This will be very, very insightful and very helpful. 2 times speed kind of thing.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, you guys can hear how to do some cool stuff.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for teaching me. This is like super insightful. Like this is insane. I feel like I learned so much, and I'm definitely like I can tell that I'm gonna be coming back to this VOD for my own reference too. So to come back and like, oh, what was that again, or how did I do that again? I definitely will be bookmarking this VOD for future reference.
Yeah.
I'll also what I'll do is I'll also try to go and do the homework and then see I'll send it over and you can see how it sounds. Oh yeah, that was a good idea. Can we do a comparison between the raw and the tune?
Actually, we can. That should be no problem.
Can you export and throw it in Reaper so we get the vocal in the background too?
Oh yeah.
I think that'll be nice for people to hear.
Give me a second to open up a new project.
Take your time.
Here. Let's get this open in the background. Get it balanced out a little bit here. Oh, I should show you how to export.
Oh, is that something? Is there like a special way to do that?
Not really. You just go File, Export.
Okay.
There are some
special
settings, I guess, here.
Okay.
Let's just get this. There are some settings. Don't change these, I guess. I've never changed them ever.
Don't touch anything.
Yeah, I just like export it like that, and it's usually fine. Technically, like a lot of things are actually in like 44.1 kilohertz. Melodyne defaults to 48. Doesn't really matter, I'll be honest.
Okay.
There's like some things where like sample rate conversion will like maybe do something, but it's not really a big deal. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, you just export it. I usually the thing is you don't want to export it to the same folder where it already exists. You export it to a different folder, otherwise it's like gonna freak out because it's gonna try overwriting the file that's like currently it's trying to read. So so I create like a new tune folder and I just like I'll put it in like what I'll do. I'll do like Liora Hibana tuned. And I'll like export it into there.
Okay, gotcha.
And then sometimes if you peak at all, it'll like say like signal is peaking, do you want to re-render? And I'll just say like yes. And then it'll just re-render and lower the volume a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, it's no problem. What is this? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you think. Okay, let's just not that. Get this loaded in here, off vocal raw, and then we'll take the tuned one here.
You're gonna have to line it up a smidgen.
It's probably fine. How can I? Sharing Reaper is always really annoying, but let me just see if I can route the audio through here.
I think they don't have to see it as long as they can hear it, right?
Yeah, I have to make a new ACO audio source. Oh no, wait, maybe I can feed it through here?
Oh, right, because Reaper has like separate audio.
Yeah. Maybe if I do audio output capture here, and then I do.
I mean, if it's too hard, you could just render it too, because it's probably,
yeah, that's true.
probably fast to just render. It's not like it's a lot of files, so.
Yeah. Wait a second, I messed that up. It's not supposed to be output. It's supposed to be input. Remove that. Go. Create new audio input capture. Oh, is it because it's been so long since I did this. Hold
on. Take your time.
Reroute. Yeah, it is doing reroute. Did I get rid of the ACO audio capture? Uh-oh. Application audio capture?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Reaper's such an enigma, honestly.
It's been a hot second. Let's see if this works. Oh, fuck, that's so loud. Oh, it's so loud. No, it's not working. Okay. That's fine.
Just render it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna render it out. Should I put effects on it or no?
Can you do do you have just like presets?
Yeah, I can basically just put a bunch of presets on it.
Can you do a third version then that has effects on it?
Oh yeah.
So like completely raw, one with tuned that we did today, and then one that has tuned and the effects on it.
It'll be very,
that'd be really cool.
Very quick effects, but
yeah. Just like whatever you got.
I'll export. What I'll do is I'll export the tune stuff, and then while that's playing, I'll set up the effects. So yeah, first we'll do export the. Do I have to move these at all?
You might have to move a little bit.
Oh yeah, I do have to move them a little bit. Hold on. Get this set up. All right, entertain them in the meantime.
Hey chat, how's it going? You come around here often? You come around. You frequent these parts.
Haven't
often,
seen you around these parts.
Howdy, partners. That's a fine cattle you got there. Also, welcome if you're coming in a little late. This is the VOD of all time because it's so informational. So I do hope you check out the VOD if you are interested in learning tuning. I hope other people have learned a little bit. Our chat, are you guys all, is your fourth wall broken? Are you like, oh no, none of the VTubers I like actually know how to sing. Now they've been exposed. I thought they were good singers, but now I know they're all just liars. What do you mean they're not real anime girls that are perfect at singing?
What do you mean I'm not a real anime girl? What the?
Tomo is the realest anime girl. Let's be real. Number one anime girl.
Yeah, yeah. If we're talking anime girls, I'm so real.
It's okay. Girls are just guys in real life, right? That's what girl stands for.
Girls are just guys in real life. That's insane.
what GIRL stands for.
Oh
It's guys in real life.
I've never heard that before, but that's so funny. Holy.
Well, yeah, we are all anime girls. That's exactly what we all are.
Exactly.
And girls don't exist on the internet. Girls don't play video games.
Yeah,
God, are you stupid or what? Yeah, the girls aren't real. They're just a government conspiracy to get you all riled up.
Exactly.
The government's trying to control you, chat. Put those tinfoil hats back on before they take control of your brains and put chips in it.
No girls allowed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gotta cut them out.
You think normal people have foot fetish? No, it's because the government is controlling your brain.
Yeah, exactly. That was 100% the government. It's not your fault. It's the government's fault.
Exactly.
No matter which government, they're all lying to you about the girls thing. It's all made up.
True.
Yeah.
Just like pigeons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. We're on.
Yep.
Are the government also planting apple juice? Shut the fuck up. It's Palgary's trying to sabotage me. Let me know if this is reasonable, Tomo, because I think it's very reasonable. I didn't know that at a grocery store you could buy like a large jug of apple juice, because I had never in my life seen like a gallon of apple juice, and I thought apple juice only came in like small, like, boxes or like the apple shaped bottles. I didn't know they sold apple juice in bulk. Like, I didn't know that was a purchasable item.
I don't think I've seen that either. Yeah, that's new to me.
Oh my god, chat! I'm telling you, chat. It's not just me. I was like, I've seen orange juice. I've seen lots of juices, but I've never seen apple juice. And then we literally had Palgary. When I said that on stream, they were losing their minds, and they literally. Some Palgaries drove to a fucking grocery store to take a photo.
That's insane.
To prove me wrong.
Wait, that's next level. I swear I've never seen that. I've also never looked.
Oh my god, Smiley, someone who understands.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyway, well, we're wrong. There is apple juice at the grocery store.
Is it every grocery store though, or is it like selected?
That's what I said.
Is this like a population thing? Like, it's like, well, I didn't go to that grocery store, so I would have never seen that.
It's literally. Oh my god, Tomo and I are the same, Chad. You wouldn't get it, Chad.
You're gonna accuse us of something that insane. Right?
Apparently, it's because. So I realized this later. It's because I guess the grocery stores usually have apple juice in the non-fridge section.
Oh.
And I think my frame of reference with juice is either fridged juice or cranberry juice. And I guess I just never saw it. But now that I'm hyper aware of apple juice being in grocery stores, I have indeed seen it in grocery stores.
You've seen it? You've confirmed it exists?
I have confirmed it does indeed exist. So listen, wait a second, two white-haired VTubers both never seeing apple juice in grocery stores. Is this a coincidence? Okay. I hate to tell you this, chat, but the white hair gives Jean, it's like color blindness, except we can't see apple.
I think it's an apple blindness, actually.
Apple blindness. That's what we have. Okay, chat. Don't be ableist.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's just like how some people can't see between red and green. Okay, we
can't see between apple juice and not apple juice. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
Apple blindness, chat. Okay, we need apple blindness awareness.
Yeah, apple blindness in this testing
society.
Yeah. needs to become more well acknowledged by the scientific community here.
So true.
We'll start with us.
We will not be silenced. We will not
We
be
will
silenced.
not be silenced.
We do look like siblings, though. I did notice that. We look related.
That's a little concerning.
Literally, like, what do you call it? Like, my earpiece, too, looks kind of like your hairpin.
Oh, I never thought of that.
And they're on the same side.
Wait a second. Holy.
We're secretly siblings,
That's
Chet. That's the secret all along.
Crazy, actually. I never thought of that. That's something. Okay.
We do look like siblings.
Well, now both the siblings know how to tune. That's crazy.
Yeah. Sibling power.
Yeah.
That's why we have apple blindness.
It's hereditary. What can you say? Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I didn't ask to be born this way, It just
you
happened.
think we wanted this, Chat? You think we didn't want to see apple juice in the grocery store?
No.
You think this was a choice?
Exactly. It just happened. I woke up, I was born, and then I couldn't. Neither of us could see. Oh shoot.
Yeah, neither of us could see is crazy.
Yeah.
We're blind. Just blind. Yeah,
blind as an apple.
That's exactly how that happens.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Yeah.
You think apples have eyes, Chad?
Yeah. Do you think apples
what's wrong with you?
Do you think apples are human blind? You think they can tell the difference between us?
That's so true.
You ever think of that? Reverse that.
Fucking emoji where it's apple mouth apple. That's crazy.
Oh man. Okay.
I'm bringing up the Oreo debate as well. Wait, what's the Oreo debate? I don't remember an Oreo
not the
debate.
Oreo. I had this debate with.
Wait, what's the? Okay.
I don't know if you knew Seigi back in the day, but I had this debate with Seigi, and like, basically it was like, are Oreos a cookie or a cracker?
Oh.
I think they're a cracker. Wait, or did I think they were a cookie?
I would say it's a cookie because they like, to me, they're reminiscent. The closest family to the Oreo family is like Chips Ahoy, and Chips Ahoy's are cookies. So that's my logic. But what's your logic on why it's a cracker?
Because if you take like the just like the crust of the Oreo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just eat it alone, it's like crumbly. Not in the sense that a cookie is. It's like a biscuit, It's more like crackery than it is cookie-y. I think like more like doughy, like more like smush, but like the texture, like the dirt feeling, right? Like it just gives
the dirt feeling.
It just gives more cracker than it does cookie.
Well, so by cracker, you're not necessarily talking about like chips. You're talking more like a graham cracker.
Exactly. Like it's giving
like a
graham cracker.
Yeah. Okay. And you're not talking about like saltine crackers.
No.
Graham crackers.
Yeah. Like graham crackers.
Or like animal.
Exactly. Like animal crackers.
Animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sweet.
Wait, are they called animal cookies? Okay.
Animal crackers
right?
for sure. Yeah. So yeah.
I could see your argument, but I do wonder if the cream is what pushes it to cookie territory.
But it's like, is the cream like, but like you think of other cookies, right? And no other cookie is really known for having cream. It's like it should almost be in a category of its own, like a cracker plus cream, right? Or like a cookies and cream, but it's like instead of using a cookie, they substitute for a cracker.
You kind of have a point because it kind of is like the Ritz cracker sandwiches. Like Ritz cracker sandwiches have the cheese in the middle and they have two crackers on either side.
Exactly.
And the Oreo also.
That's what I've been saying.
I'm convinced in this argument.
Yeah. Okay. That's
crackers,
good.
Yeah.
Finally, someone will listen to my cause. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, because I do understand the kind of concept of a cookie is supposed to be like. The image of a cookie is like dough that's being baked, but a cracker doesn't necessarily have that image. Yeah. And then if I were to categorize Oreo into those categories, it definitely wouldn't fit in the cookie category.
Exactly.
It'd be closer to cracker category.
Exactly. Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
I
yeah.
see. I can't believe you just betrayed me like that.
Yeah.
I just think that that's a fair argument. Okay?
Yeah, what can I say? I've got a point.
It's a fair argument. Never thought of this, but if a cookie has like the filling and all inside of it and crackers, you just put stuff on top of it. And I guess Oreo's a cracker with like cream on top. Yeah, because cookies, there are cookies that are stuffed,
Right.
But you're right. The only time I've seen like a cookie sandwich is more like if it's like an ice cream cookie sandwich, as opposed to like
Exactly.
a cookie, cream, and then more cookie. The closest would be something like a moon pie, I guess, but that's like bread, so that doesn't count. Moon pie is more like cake.
Yeah. That's like when it gets too flaky, then it goes into cake territory, right?
Right, or like too bready.
Yeah, too bready. Exactly.
I'm losing my mind. No. Apple juice doesn't exist at grocery stores, and Oreos are crackers. Just get with the times.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. I got the effects on now. Let's get this.
Okay, yippee! I'm excited to hear all of
I don't
it.
have the extra part. Like, I only have the tuned one lines in, so there's just going to be gaps in it. But yeah.
Sure, that's
it's fine.
We don't have to listen to the whole song either. We just go through like the main.
Right. So it's still exporting the other ones, but we'll do the untuned first.
Okay. Here we go. Untuned, chat.
We'll play like up to the first chorus or something.
Yeah.
This song's a banger.
So good.
こんこん優しくノックして乗り込め心の弾丸線妄想ばかりがフラッシュしてさっさ弱音はミュートしてくだらないことで躊躇して冗談ばかりねあはは壊せない壁がキスを迫るでしょあいや分かってくれるでしょ終わんない愛を抱いてたくないのもっとちゃんとファンにしてよいないないバーで演じてほしいのもっとちゃんと答えてよ未完成だって何度でも言うんだ脳も空ぶった愛の中で
Doesn't sound bad.
Nice.
Did I export the wrong one? Okay, this should be the
biggest compliment.
tuned one. The tuned one's gonna sound worse because it has more artifacts?
It's possible.
We'll see.
I mean, like you said, the effects will bring a lot of it together too.
Yeah, hopefully.
こんこん優しくノックして乗り込め心の弾丸線妄想ばかりがフラッシュしてさっさ弱音はミュートしてくだらないことで躊躇して冗談ばかりね壊せない壁がキスを迫るでしょあいや分かってくれるでしょ終わんない愛を抱いてたくないのもっとちゃんとファンにしてよいないないバーで演じてほしいのもっとちゃんと答えてよ未完成だって何度でも言うんだ脳も空ぶった愛の中で
Nice.
And then the effects should have just finished rendering, so I'm probably gonna have to lower the volume a lot on this in comparison. Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. I didn't like volume check, or I hardly volume checked and balanced this. Like,
Fine.
I basically didn't listen while I mixed it, so it's just kind of like shit thrown at it.
You're good.
こんこん優しくノックして乗り込め心の弾丸線妄想ばかりがフラッシュしてさっさ弱音はミュートしてくだらないことで躊躇して冗談ばかりねあはは壊せない壁がキスを迫るでしょあいや分かってくれるでしょ終わんない愛を抱いてたくないのもっとちゃんとファンにしてよいないないバーで演じてほしいのもっとちゃんと答えてよ未完成だって何度でも言うんだ 空ぶった愛の中で
Yeah, cool. Even with like minimal like preset effects, it sounds really good. Could you add those 3 files to the drive folder?
Oh,
you should have,
yeah,
access.
yeah.
I think that'd be really cool because it'll give people kind of frame of reference of like after they practice or try it out for themselves, they can kind of be like, oh, this is like what's it's supposed to sound like, or how it could sound like, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, let's send it over here. All right, they should be all uploading right now. Oh, I'm probably just killing my stream right now with the upload bandwidth.
Oops. True. Oops. We can wait for after stream to do it too if you want.
Oh well, it's already going. Okay. Should be in the drive shortly.
Awesome. So chat, if you guys want to hear it after stream, or if you guys are curious and want to try it out for yourself and kind of like compare the versions that Tomo had to what you end up making, or seeing kind of like just more insight into like how this sort of thing works, and you can just listen to them just for fun to hear the differences and be like, oh, so that's kind of what it sounds like. Obviously Tomo didn't do like a full mix. It's like very much like a
slapped
a bunch of But even with that, it sounds like so different, right? So you can imagine how much more refined it could be with like someone actually fine tuning the different stuff. For people who are not familiar with mixing, can you go over like a very, very, very layman's like short overview of like what kind of things actually go into mixing? So like, for example, like audio balance is one really obvious one.
Oh, yeah. So for me, when it comes to mixing, there's kind of 3 main bodies that I think of. You can think of it like I'm putting on the effects onto the vocals to clean them up, to make them sound tight, to make them sound like bright and in your face. And that's like, those are kind of the bass vocal effects. It's like things like EQ and compression. You'll hear these words thrown around a lot. That's kind of one camp. And then you have kind of effects that are used to make the vocals wider and like kind of sound more full. And like, I call these like spatial effects: reverb, delay, imaging, doubling. These kinds of effects help make the vocals sound like bigger and like cool and almost like kind of like processed in a way. And then finally there's just kind of like cleaning, touch up, like mastering things that help bring the vocals into the track a lot more, and bring the track up to volume. These are things like your final touch up plugins. People like to use Soothe 2 a lot, like some dynamic EQ, mastering, all of that I consider in like one other body. So mixing, basically, it's kind of 3 different steps of taking the vocals, making them sound like kind of big, filtering out like frequencies that are unpleasant to listen to, and then like making them sound really cool in the vibe of the song rather than sounding like someone's recording in their closet, which is what they're actually doing, kind of fitting them to the stage, and then kind of just mashing it together into one cohesive piece with mastering. So
it's a lot of work, and I think it's one of the most underappreciated aspects of, because I feel like cover creation is really new to a lot of people. Like, I think if you've been a Utaite or whatever, like you're kind of familiar with it, but I would say that the average VTuber fan is pretty new to the concept of amateur cover production. Like, not like, you know, some really famous like Michael Bublé covering Christmas music. Like, it's very different, right? Amateur cover production versus like a studio cover production is going to be incredibly different. And I think a lot of people don't understand quite the weight of a good mix and how much a good mix brings into a cover and how much it actually matters. And something I've talked to my chat a lot about is how like I am not a really strong singer. I think I have, and I'm not saying that to put myself down. Like, I think there's parts of my singing that have good parts of it too. But as like just technically, I'm not a good singer, and I know that. However, I like singing, and I think a really good mix and a really good time tune really helps bring out the best actual good parts of my vocal and lets those things shine through, despite the fact that I'm not a strong like technical singer. And I think that that's why, for me, I value a good mix so much. And I find that so important. And the people that I work with the mix, I'm like extremely picky about for all of those reasons. And when I say that, I think a lot of people don't quite understand what that means. But you can even hear like when Tomo's like tuning these things, like if he tunes it even just a little bit wrong, it sounds so crazy or like T-Painy or warbly. And I've gotten mixes or tunes back where I send it to somebody and I'm like, oh, this is like way too auto-tuned. Like, can we pull that back a little bit? And those are kind of conversations that I have with the people that I work with. And it's really rare to find somebody that you, and also I do think there's a level, and I've talked about this on my stream before too, of voice ranges that people are comfortable in. And I think some people are better at time tuning and mixing, mastering vocals that are a certain range, like higher voices or more like idol-y feeling voices, or like some people are better at more rock feeling voices. I've definitely had tunes or mixes where I've like sent it in and I've gotten it back and I'm like, holy shit, like the only good thing that I have going for me is my kind of like boomy power that is in my voice. And it felt like the mix was completely void of any of that. Like they stripped all of that away from it. Which I'm sure they were just treating it like they would treat like a, you know, normal idol sounding higher pitched vocal. But I think attentive and good mixers will actually really pay attention to all those like little things and help bring the best version of your voice out for a song.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things that is challenging, but also really interesting about mixing. Sometimes the thing you do for a bunch of people is not going to work for everyone. And so it's always good to take a critical eye on what you're doing and adapt. So yeah.
Also, I think I saw a raid. Thank you for the raid.
Oh, thank you for the raid. Oh my gosh, wait. My chat is like closed, so I'm like not saying things. But thank you so much for the raid.
I believe it was Me Buns.
Oh my god, Me Bun! Yo! Thank you for the raid. Me Bun, my Bun Me.
Bun me.
Bun me,
Sorry.
Bun me different. Bun me different. Also,
it
my
like
ghost
disappeared. It disappeared, so I was like, I don't know. Couldn't remember.
Sorry. Me Bun and Bun me are friends, but still. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I don't know either people. I just was going off of memory, my bad.
You're still my goat. This changes nothing. Oh man. But yeah, wait, what were we saying?
No, just like a good mix and like what that brings for.
Yeah. And definitely I would say like going back after listening to the tuning, I probably would go back and like unhard tune some of these sections that I think sound a little bit too harsh to like smooth it out a little bit more. Especially like listening back to the original, I was like, okay, there's some parts that I've kind of taken away with some of the hard tuning that I would add back on like a second pass.
Yeah, no, and I think that's I do think that because so typically, chat, if you're not aware, like when you commission someone for a mix, there are people who will do like the full bit. They'll do the full gambit. They'll do time, tune, mix, mastering. But there are also people who will only mix and master or only time and tune. So sometimes you send it to two different people. And I do think that a lot of times I find a big benefit in trying to find someone who does all of it for me because they can do exactly what Tomo's talking about, where while they're fiddling with it, realize, oh, wait, I kind of want to change this a little bit. And they have sort of the leisure to like go back and do that, as opposed to if you split it up, it's a little bit more difficult to do.
Yeah. And sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes in commissions, I'll get stuff from like someone that's pre-timed to tune. I'll just ask like, oh, I think this part's a little hard tuned. Can I get the raw to just like adjust it? There are times I won't say, but there are times where I've gotten like things that have been time tuned and I'll just like time tune over it more to like fit it to more what I like too, but like it does help a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. I can imagine, especially like if you have like a certain way you like to treat your vocals, I'm sure like having that clash sometimes could be problematic.
Yeah. And sometimes people also tune in different ways than I do, but it's like better. So I'm like, I'll prefer this person's tuning style for for like this kind of mix, because I'll like just send my vocals to them and like they'll be able to tune things in a way that I typically wouldn't, that will bring things out that I like. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, I learned so much. I am actually pretty excited. Like this seems really cool, and it's actually not as difficult as I thought it would be. I think the first time that I tried to do this, it just everything sounded like T-Pain, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. but there's a lot more like intricacies, and like you said, you're relying so much on ear and like just like how well do you know the song, really?
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm really excited to kind of dig into it and kind of try it out for myself with various projects and whatnot.
Yeah, and you might find your own tuning style that works better for your voice than what I have taught you too, as you work with it more. So it's exciting stuff. Hopefully.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Oh man. Well, thank you so much for the idea and for joining me.
Thank you for taking time and for teaching me. And you know, like I feel like you were a great teacher, and I feel like I learned so much, like much more than I could have ever learned on my own. So I really appreciate it.
I'm glad. Also, we do have a quick question. Do you use autotune sometimes? Never understood how it works. Yes, I do use autotune, but not for tuning. I use it for effect, if that makes sense. So I'll get everything where I want it to be with Melodyne, and then autotune just brings out certain frequencies with like the actual just internal processing engine that it has that I like in mixing. So I use it more as like a mixing effect rather than an actual like tuning program. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys are curious more about like the mixing like intricacies, Tomo and our friend Mio together, they had a panel at Offkai a couple of years back, and that VOD is on Tomo's channel. It actually talks a little bit about like the autotune process that Tomo uses and stuff too. So it's a really cool VOD to check out if you want more content on this sort of topic. Yeah.
And if you like this, make sure to comment, subscribe, and comment below for more so that you know that so that YouTube and I both know that you like this kind of content.
And Melodyne.
And Melodyne. Let Melodyne know too to sponsor me for the next one.
True. Maybe Emiru doesn't have to pay $250.
Or any of our other friends waiting in the rafters. Yeah.
So true. Hio also wanted to learn too. So I'm sure she's going to be referring to this vlog, because she and I were the ones, we were talking and we're like, oh man, I wish I knew how to do this. And she was like, yeah, I wonder if there's a way for us to learn. And that's when I messaged you.
I forgot. I was supposed to ping her when I started this stream, but I forgot.
Oops. No, but she was streaming, so she'll have to watch the VOD anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. She can check out the VOD. Yeah,
or we do a sequel with her also. Where we can have me and you teach her.
Oh, true.
Then the student becomes the teacher. Yeah. It's a great way to reinforce your knowledge.
That's true. That's true. Hey, you learned something today as well.
Yeah, so. I did. I really did. Finally, I can get rid of those accidental loops without having to drag them to the beginning of the project file.
Oh my god.
You think double clicking would work? Oh, let me try that. Oh. Oh my god. It's crazy that actually worked.
That's so funny. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, at least not better late than never.
Really? Yeah. Honestly, better than never. Really.
Okie dokie.
Right.
Well, thanks so much, Tomo, again. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out in chat.
No problem. Thank you again. And since we've gotten quite a few raids, so we might as well do the honors of raiding into someone else as well. Let's see who's around. It'd be really funny if Hio is still going, actually.
If Hio is still streaming?
Yeah, is she? No.
Nah, it looks like she ended.
Okay. Oh, the only people are in Niji Sanji that I could raid into.
Tonya?
Okay.
Oh no, Tonya's doing a member stream.
We're gonna end it.
Well, I guess no raid.
Yeah, no raid. That'd be a little awkward. Okay.
It's fine.
Well, thanks for coming, everyone. I'll see you all on the next one. Hopefully we'll do some more next week. All right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. Any parting words?
No, we can Lee Otsu Tomo.
Otsu Tomo, what's your outro?
It's Lee Otsu, so we can combine Lee Otsu Tomo.
Lee Otsu Tomo. There we go. All right. Lee Otsu Tomo ba.
Lee Otsu Tomo ba. Lee Otsu Tomo ba. Oh, that's funny. Okie dokie.
Also, wait, there's nothing wrong with Ichi Sanji. I'm just too scared of them.
You're literally friends with them. Stop.
All right, bye. Bye.
What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. Before you go, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're almost to 100k subscribers, so if you could hit the bell and share, I'd really appreciate it. I post every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Alright, that's all, my dudes. Remember, as always, love, peace, and weed.